Oh, wait. What? No response? Hi, I'm Curtis Barks with Complete Auto Body and Repair, offering full service and auto repair to St. Louis and St. Charles. We are looking for someone to say polo. That's right, we are hiring. We want you now. If you would like to work in a well-paying environment, then you owe it to yourself to stop by one of our 6 Complete Auto Body and Repair locations. Will you help me find that missing person? Please call me directly at 636-488-HIRE. That's right, 636-488-4473.
Dad, and service.
Oh yeah, and service.
He fixes cars.
Carroll House has the largest selection of solid wood with the hottest new styles. Real furniture that's built to last, like our solid bedrooms, living rooms, and dining from Kincaid. Our volume enables us to save you a lot of money, especially during our solid wood sale. Plus, get free financing, fast free delivery, and free in-home design. So for solid wood, sweet styles, and solid service since 1964, shop over 3 football fields of furniture at Carroll House, because you like nice things.
White Glove Exotic Services is St. Louis's first concierge vehicle service center. Alex David's team is passionate, certified technicians. They have industry-leading tools and equipment. They do it all. They pick up and deliver your car, hands-free. Plus, they have elite detailing service, customized PPF wraps and tinting, and inspection and titling assistance. White Glove also specializes in logistics and storing options, vehicle listings, and consignment. White Glove Exotic Services. Check them out at cancelthisshow.com. Kathy Obig Strick, owner of Experience Real Estate Partners with eXp, has been one of St. Louis, Missouri's highest selling groups for 26 years running. In that time, Kathy and her team have successfully assisted an incredible 4,000 families. So if you're thinking about buying, building, or selling, be sure to put Kathy's group and their experience to work for you, and you can expect to be moved. Just give her a call at 314-276-SOLD. That's 314-276-7653, or find her online at experience-re.com. Winty's in the Chesterfield Valley, if you don't know, is a family-owned business that has been around since 1994, serving some of the best chicken wings in town, no joke. Also known for their fresh burgers, pizza, and incredible smoked meat. Top-notch happy hour specials are included, plus live music every Friday and Saturday. Oh yeah, you can also enjoy their spacious heated covered patio. It's Winty's in the Chesterfield Valley, 18,000 Chesterfield Airport Road.
Hey guys, this is Dr. Mahesh Bhagway. I'm an orthopedic surgeon here in St. Louis for over the last 20 years. I went to Washington University. I got my medical degree at St. Louis University. From local athletes to injured workers and even Cardinal baseball players, I've treated them all. Our practice strives to personalize care with every new patient being seen by me. To find me, contact my staff at drbagwe.com, DRBAGWE.com. Hopefully you don't need me, but if you do, you can find me now.
And welcome into cancelthisshow.com. Hello, everybody. Vic Faust here. Tabitha Hassel. Oh, and we've also got Lizzie Sparks in studio today. She is playing the part of Eric Johnson until Eric shows up.
Well, it's Erica Johnson today.
Erica?
Yeah,
Oh, it's
because
Erica Johnson.
It's a happy, National Women's Day.
Sometime around 9 a.m.
It's Erica
Right,
Johnson
right.
every day.
I can't hear you, buddy. I don't hear anybody in my headphones.
Oh, you don't? I hear you.
I hear Tabitha, but I don't hear you, Scott. I don't hear you or
He's
Lizzie.
a ghost.
I hear Tabitha loud and clear, but that's it. Hopefully we might be able to
How about now?
I don't hear you, buddy. Anyway, I'll let you know if you keep playing.
I hear everyone.
I'll raise my hand and let everybody know. Happy Thursday. Cancelthisshow.com. We were literally just talking. This show is about news headlines, politics. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I hear us now. Do we have music playing? Do you guys hear that too?
Yeah,
Yes.
All right. I just didn't know if that was my test.
I hear
That's what
it all.
happens in media. Sometimes, hey, I'm going to give you some test music. If you hear it, give me a thumbs up. That's some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. It is Thursday. It is March 9th as we continue to press forward. Moving forward, freedom of speech. Cancelthisshow.com. Of course, we're not controversial. We just talk truth. We want to have those good conversations. And you can catch us 8 to 10, Monday through Friday, Central Time live, and you can catch us all the time on our video and audio platforms. It's this simple. How do I watch you guys? How do I listen? How do I share the show? Cancelthisshow.com. And you guys have done so good with getting people. I see star stuff all the time.
We have been receiving so many stars.
I'm still trying to learn the star situation
so
from
many
you two.
stars.
Hey,
And we're so happy because you know what? That's just another way to promote the show, to keep us on the air, because everyone else is trying to shut us down. So I love it. And thank you for everyone that sends the stars to us.
Lizzie, good morning.
Good morning.
In studio today. I like your scarf.
Well, that always reminds me of children because the other day somebody said, "Why do you do what you do?"
Strangling them.
Yes,
That's
it's like
Tabitha.
everybody has to have a why. Like, why do you do what you do? And somebody asked me, "Why do you do anything for fighting for America?" It's children. It's always
Aw.
because children are our future. I mean, that sounds like the song, and how cliche is that?
But it's true.
But it is true. If we don't clear up America and call all this out, our children do not have the America that we grew up in.
Well, we're glad to have you in studio today, running all of the social media boards, the chats, everybody else jumping in. Okay. With that being said, we were coming into studio talking about this. As we always say, share the show, like, subscribe, all the platforms, let people know what we're doing. We appreciate it. We really are. I mean, we're getting the big interviews and we're trying to stay relevant. We're trying to get out ahead of things. We'll get into a ton of stories. We have got a lot. Fox trying to shut down Tucker Carlson. Republicans Republican in name only, trying to shut down Tucker Carlson. Tabitha taught me about Antifa 3 years ago. That's the first time I heard that come out of anybody's mouth. We've got video with Tabitha that I think I remember seeing this a long time ago, but when Antifa guys were trying to break into the Capitol and Trump supporters trying to stop them.
That is correct.
That is correct.
We're going to get into that.
I've seen the videos. I've seen many videos of the Antifa folks on January 6th doing all sorts of things. Not just that, but hiding behind trees and bushes and changing into conservative type patriot uniforms, putting their flags on behind the scenes. It was all theater and all a production.
Coming up at 9:30, we've got a live interview with one of our new sponsors, Complete Auto Body and Repair. We've got Curtis Banks coming in. Can't wait for that. We're grateful that Complete Auto Body and Repair has jumped on. We're going to talk to him. Also, his wife is running super successful insurance business. She owns at State Farm in the St. Charles County, Missouri area. She's wanting to jump in. She started, you know what? I'm busy. I'm a mom. I've been successful in business. You know what? I want to do something. I want to do something about how I feel. And she's jumping into politics. And from what I hear, she's putting the work in and getting people excited in Weldon Springs. So she can't join us today, but Curtis will be talking about her, what she's got going on. And we look forward to talking to her in the future as well and promote what she's doing as well.
My old hometown.
I lived there too for 7 years before I just moved in July. Weldon Springs is a great little town.
Love
That's for
Weldon
sure.
I lived there too. It's a great place.
So we'll get into all of that. Shark, Kevin O'Leary. Wait to hear the sound that what he told CNN. He was on CNN with Don Lemon and two other female hosts telling them, you know why I won't ever start businesses and people that are smart don't start businesses in New York and California and Massachusetts? Because you're killing workers, you're killing tax, you're killing everything for businesses in the American dream. We'll show you that in the 9 o'clock hour, leading into what Curtis is doing. Curtis needs employees. He's got an amazing body shop and building new body shops, air-conditioned body shops to try to attract employees.
It's not easy these days.
You have to, and I had a conversation with a millennial. I'm not trying to bash millennials, but the guy flat out told me he was a millennial. I was picking up some food at Winty's after leaving here late after a long day at work, and he worked in an auto body shop. He was a master paint expert. And I was telling him this story. He's like, what's wrong with air conditioning? Workers should have air conditioning.
That's right.
Yeah, they should.
And I explained, listen, I was a
Definitely.
roofer. I was an insulator. I never thought about it. He's like, yeah, but your generation doesn't understand it. He literally told me, and he's from Chicago. He's like, workers need air conditioning to work.
They do.
They do these
And that's so
days.
true.
What?
I agree.
didn't.
What? Tabitha, the thunderstorm, the suck it up, move on, rub some dirt on it.
I agree.
And now you're saying, well, these workers need air
No,
conditioning.
I think they do. I don't. Back in the day, we also had dirt floors and we cooked on a wooden
You have
stove.
blown my mind today.
How is that blowing
You've
your
gone
mind?
soft.
Because I'm all for workers' rights of staying cool in the air conditioning.
Oh my God. You're losing your fan base on this one.
I don't think so. You know what? I think that what's happened, and I'm not trying to down
Oh
anyone
my God.
who owns this type of business who doesn't have air conditioning, but I've always felt my son worked as a mechanic. He worked in auto body actually, and they didn't have air conditioning.
Oh, this is about your son.
It's not just about him because I thought this even before then.
Did he say, "Mommy, it's too hot"?
No, I don't even remember him ever complaining about the heat. But if you know anyone that works in these type of environments, whether that's a tech that changes tires and oil, or someone who works in welding, etc. I mean, it's a miserable working condition because they don't turn the air on. And you know why? Because businesses want to keep profits up and expenses down. And that's all it is.
Okay. I
turn the AC on.
I
for
could
the
not
folks.
I could not disagree. Yeah, and that's you know how much we're talking high five figures to run that per month.
It's expensive. You know what? But if you
to
want
make somebody to be comfortable.
if you want employees and you want to keep employees, you
In this
have
day-
to make it in this day and age.
Yeah, you're right.
You have to do
is.
it.
That's what this kid's point was. He didn't care that he was soft. And he's like, I don't care. That's what we're used to. Well, let's hope. I'm going to remind you of this someday when you start saying, we need to suck it up. The young kids need to be tougher. I'm going to remind you of this. And you're like, well, we need to make things comfortable.
But you know what? Who doesn't want air conditioning? You know how many people have
we all
heat
want a
stroke?
lot of
Conditioning
things.
is
I would
the
win the
best
lottery.
invention.
Yes.
It really is.
So anyway,
We need running water,
we'll
air
talk to-
conditioning, toilets that flush. Come on. This is the year
Oh,
2023.
toilets flushing and air conditioning so you can be more comfortable as you work.
It's
two
more
far
than
different
just
things.
being comfortable. It's the fact that why would anybody want to take a job when they're going to go?
Well, it's not a matter
sweat,
of wanting.
have
It's a
heat
matter of being
stroke.
grateful.
We're in a different
until you
time.
don't have a job. And then when you don't have a job, then you'll be grateful to go work and sweat when it's hot outside
Well, Vic,
to get a check and make some money.
I'm going to tell you
I
something.
grew up in a different environment with a different family. You suck it up, you move on, you be
I've
grateful for the work.
sucked it
And
up.
you're grateful for having a job and you're grateful for being paid. But times have changed.
Well, that's just it.
We
Times
raised
have
soft
changed.
kids.
I don't think
and
they're
it's
soft
our
for
fault.
wanting AC.
And that part I do agree, Vic. I agree with Tabitha with the air conditioning. We got to have it. I even want it. But we're
talking about air conditioning.
If we have
This is
millennials,
awesome.
we made them soft, and then we
Hell
blame
yes,
them.
we did.
And then we blame them for not hanging in there. And yet, gosh, I know.
put my son to work in a hot warehouse, and you know what?
Good.
And he doesn't complain. He's glad to get that check, and he's learning discipline. He's learning life lessons that life isn't supposed to be cookies and lemonade poolside as we talk about. But anyway,
but I like the
I grew up
lemonade and
different. Sorry.
poolside.
There was a time when businesses didn't have floors. It was dirt floors.
In the 1800s.
There was times that businesses didn't have running water. And they were at one point told to suck it up. You don't need running water at business.
You're not
You can go
comparing
home and flush
apples
your
to apples.
toilet.
I think this is about you and your son.
No, it's really not. He doesn't even work in that
He
arena
should be.
anymore.
Wait, would he be interested in working in this air conditioning place?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe.
I'll
And
have to
that's
ask him.
bottom line is
He needs a job.
Bottom line is we're being told now you have to have air conditioning to attract. So you got to do what you got to do. That is the time. Things have changed, whether we like it, agree with it or not.
And I'll tell you what, having air conditioning, you know what, that will put them ahead of the other companies that don't.
Yeah, he's smart. He realizes it.
Yes,
he's
is.
invested. So we'll talk to him at 9:30. Hey, yes, I did see from the chat line. Every day, every week, it seems like we've got somebody coming out against cancel culture, as they should. Now, people under 40 are not all that familiar with Goldie Hawn, but we all are. She came out against cancel culture yesterday.
So did Kurt Russell a couple weeks ago.
Well, yeah, they're a couple, and it makes sense. They're tired of it. They're old Hollywood elites, and I say old affectionately. They were two of my favorites. They're tired of it. They're tired of cancel culture. But here's the thing. They don't have to worry about saying anything because they're uncancelable. They've had their success. They did everything in Hollywood. They got plenty of money. They raised kids who had success in Hollywood so they can come out and say things. And you just need more and more people like that. Does Hollywood care? The people who are making decisions? No, they don't care.
And we're going to have them both on next week.
I can't wait that you got them, Tabitha. That is awesome. We talk about bringing the interviews here.
Can't hurt to try.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Speaking of interviews, it was a few days ago that we had Mr. Albert Watkins, St. Louis-based lawyer for Jacob Chansley, the shaman. Al texted me yesterday. He's like, Vic, well, you can't hear his voice in a text, but I hear his voice. Vic, you guys are ahead of the big boys again, beating Fox and everybody else. Thank you for the insight to have us on. Fox must have seen your interview with me. They have now contacted me. They want me on the Tucker show tonight. So yes, we had Kyle Rittenhouse 2 weeks ago. So did anybody see? If you did, you can chime in. Lizzie's all over the chat line. We had Albert Watkins on. We got to see him last night with Tucker Carlson. I thought it wasn't a long interview, but Albert was great. He's great at explaining details in regards to what happened to him and what's going on now. And of course, the biggest thing, he reminded the worldwide audience he never got a chance to see the video of Capitol
I'm glad
Police
he
pushing
said
him
that.
around.
I was so glad that he said that. And the interview was really good on Tucker, but I have to give you guys props because the interview was even longer and more detailed here on Cancel This.
Well, we can do that here with our
True.
podcast.
Yes.
Fox has and Tucker has multiple subjects to get to.
I would love to hear a little bit more of Al on our show because, I know this is like some weird phenomena, at least is how I'm thinking of it. But every day since he was on here, at least 1 to 2 people have messaged me about it. And they said, I can't believe you guys had Al on the show.
Keep up the great work, Vic.
I know. Everyone loves hearing him talk.
I'll look forward to talking to Scotty again very soon.
Mm-hmm.
So Albert Watkins on Fox last night talking about basically how a U.S. attorney lied to him, said, oh, yeah, you have all the video. Not. But at the end of the day, there's unfinished business with that case, as we've talked about here. Jacob Chansley should not be in prison. He should be out, and we'll continue to follow that entire story. Now, with that being said, talking about Tucker Carlson, okay, we talked about Mitch McConnell, and by the way, he fell last night. He's in a hospital.
I was so sad when I read that.
I knew
I
you
knew
would.
that you were
I was
crying,
waiting
Tabitha.
for that response.
Oh my gosh. I thought about
We
you,
never
Tabitha,
want-
that you were crying.
We never want anybody to be hurt. We never want anybody to get hurt. But he got hurt, so he's
I don't
in a
want him to
hospital.
be hurt either, but I'm glad he can't be flapping his mouth and because it's ridiculous.
I'll
he's just
kick him
flapping.
over myself.
Lizzie, you're spunky today. Spunky Sparks.
Yes, I am, because I have had it with this stuff. And so Mitch McConnell, I don't wish him to be dead or anything, but I wish his mouth gets zipped shut.
Well, you're a better person than me.
So he ripped Tucker Carlson. He's misrepresenting Capitol Video. Blah, 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 blah. And then you have Fox National now not allowing any of the coverage or the video continuing outside of what's already been shown.
Why do you think?
To be showed on their damn show. Come
Why
on,
do you
Fox.
think? Why do you think?
Because there's a lot of people involved. Now, we're getting this Tucker Carlson sound ready for you. Scotty will pop that up here in a second. Tucker unloaded on what's happening. Don't we want to know truth? And why is it that there are Republicans and Democrats who don't want you to know the truth?
How many times have I told you?
Yes, you have.
How much I despise
Whatever you're going to say, I agree.
Fox National. How much
I don't
say,
despise Fox National.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
You can't turn off Fox
It's
National.
the flip side. Yeah, you can. Turn on AON. Turn on Newsmax. Turn on us. We're really all anyone needs.
Fox National, the only person is Tucker Carlson that actually speaks any depth of truth. The rest of it is surfacey. It is so surfacey. And that's why Murdoch and everyone else, and even Mitch McConnell, who needs to be zipped, want to shut him up because Tucker knows and he wants to tell us what's going on. Everyone else, even Sean Hannity, that used to be braver, my opinion is somebody got to him because now he's even surfacey, whether he's on the radio or TV or whatever. I like Fox for if I don't want to get in depth, but if I want in-depth news, I, of course, listen to Cancel This because this is a very deep diving place to go. And if I go to TV for that, it would be OAN.
Scott, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, I'm just going to do the audio because the video won't expand. So no one they won't see it on the screen. It'll be really small.
Okay.
So.
Well, this is Tucker Carlson talking about being, quote, censored. That's right. The number one TV personality in the country, arguably the world, if you look at the ratings. Here's Tucker Carlson talking about what's happening to him because all he's trying to do is show J6 video that Kevin McCarthy has given him. Interesting.
Hold on, I'm thinking they didn't hear that because I didn't share it.
Yeah.
No sound.
Yeah. No sound.
So I'll have to
The chat
share it.
line is
It's just
saying-
going to cover the screen, and
Okay.
so that's my bad. I
No,
apologize.
No, that's fine. Just, are we ready to do that, or do you need some time?
You know, to be honest with you, I got to let it play through. So once it's over and I can restart it, I'll let you guys.
Okay. Well, so our listeners did not hear that, I guess. So we will play that. What's going on now?
We can hear it. They cannot.
Well, tell me when they can hear it, because I hear it right now. So what we've got now is a situation where you've got Tucker Carlson trying to do his job. It's what he does. And being told he can't do his job anymore. That should piss you off if you give a damn. Why, I repeat, why do people not want to see video that has not been doctored, that is legitimate video, that was refused you, the public, by Nancy Pelosi and then Chuck Schumer, as Tucker Carlson talks about? It's a farce. If you don't,
I
most
think we got
Americans
it
don't
now.
care, because most Americans are, well, I'm comfortable with my life right now. Nothing's ever going to hit me. We'll play that video for you now. Here's Tucker Carlson talking about what's happened.
Sorry about
to him.
that, guys.
Those videos touch a nerve because they're a threat to the lies that Chuck Schumer has been telling for the last 26 months, and not just Chuck Schumer. We should also tell you that Chuck Schumer, the Senate Majority Leader, was joined in this outrage by the Senate Minority Leader, and that would be a Republican, Mitch McConnell. And they were joined by a cascade of other Republicans, Tom Tillis from North Carolina, Mitt Romney from Utah, all sharing the same outrage. And from this, we learn two things. One, you're getting close to what they really care about. And you have to ask yourself, why? Why is it so important that they would degrade themselves by telling such obvious lies and calling for censorship? Why? What are they trying to protect? That might be worth exploring, and we plan to. And the second thing that we learn from this is that they're on the same side. The Senate Majority Leader joins the Senate Minority Leader. Tom Tillis, Mitt Romney. They're all on the same side. So it's actually not about left and right. It's not about Republican and Democrat. Here you have people with shared interests. The open borders people. The people like Mitch McConnell, who are living in splendor on Chinese money. The people who, underneath it all, have everything in common, are all aligned against everyone else.
Yeah. And if that doesn't put things in perspective, I don't know what does. Seriously, think about that. If you have half a brain, you can realize
But
what's
you already
happening.
knew this, right?
Tabitha, stop saying we already knew this.
Because we did already know
but
this.
Tabitha, in your brain, yes. But the average American does not get it.
But the people who watch Tucker do get it. And the people watch
Yes.
Tucker for that reason, because
I
they
hope
do
so.
get it. And unfortunately, he's not going to appeal to anyone who is anti-Trump. It's like he's preaching to the choir, but I am so glad to hear it,
Yeah,
because
but their
we need that
statistics
validation.
show that more Democrats watch Tucker than watch CNN or MSNBC.
But they're not going to believe it.
Right. They don't believe it at all. They think this is all
I'm not so sure.
just being blowhards.
I'm
but-
not so sure. You can't talk away video. You just can't.
Whoopi
Not-
Goldberg did.
Not in a good conscious manner. You just can't. You can't talk it away. And with that being said, you see what's going on. Scotty, if you can get Kevin McCarthy, the House Speaker, ready. He is even getting attacked by liberal reporters for giving video to Tucker Carlson.
Of course he
The
is.
line of questioning is absolutely crap. And I know this because I was in this business for 25 years. I know what a legitimate question is. They're attacking accusatory questions because, he happened to give video out. And guess what? If the roles were reversed and this was a Democrat House Speaker giving out video, as it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, guess what happens? Oh, you're a hero. You're saving the day. these horrible people. Listen to the line of questioning with Kevin McCarthy, and he 100% backs giving the video and stands behind Tucker Carlson.
Mr. Speaker, because of the footage that you gave Tucker Carlson last night, he went on and said this was a mostly peaceful chaos, as he said. He downplayed Brian Sicknick's death, said it was not related to January 6th, said this was not an insurrection. Do you regret giving him this footage so he could whitewash the events of that day?
No, I said at the very beginning, transparency. And so what I wanted to produce for everybody is exactly what I said, that people could actually look at it and see what's gone on that day. So.
But Mr. Speaker, do you agree with his portrayal of what happened that day?
Look, each person can come up with their own conclusion, but what I just wanted to make sure is I had transparency.
Do you believe
because I know in CNN, I mean, I had here where you guys actually broke where we were. This was a secret location, Fort McLaren. I don't know if you got concerned by that. I don't even know from point of view of security if we could ever be taken there again. But when you broke that at CNN, that was a real concern to a lot of people. I had a real concern also when I wanted to make sure transparency. Look, the officer's death is tragic, and anytime an officer is passed in this situation, I want to make sure they're protected. I want to make sure the transparency goes forward.
Speaker McCarthy, was this in any way part of the deal that you made to win the speakership, to specifically give the content to
No, the
Tucker?
answer is no.
Wow, wow, wow.
But see, that wows you.
And this
It
is
doesn't
why
wow
I'm
me.
so grateful that Kevin McCarthy is in this position, which is why I supported him, which is why he should have been in the position he's in, because he's willing to do this and not only do it, but then stand out there and take questions about what he did.
And I'm so glad he is. I feel like in a way I have a different reaction than you do. And I'm very glad for Kevin McCarthy doing this. And Vic, before I say this, I don't feel like I'm in the minority. And I know you're going to think that I am. I feel like I'm in the
Whatever
majority.
you say, it doesn't matter if you're in the minority or majority, whatever you're going to say.
And
that's your opinion.
I believe that everything we're hearing now is like so many other things that are being revealed. It's validation of what we already knew. So many of us saw the video that we played the other day of the shaman walking through the hallway being escorted by security guards. So many of us already saw that. So many of us saw so many of the videos that are being released right now in the beginning days. And that's why we all fought so hard against the January 6th committee. And that's why we all spoke out as much as we possibly could about the truth. And we were oppressed. We were jailed on various platforms. A lot of us were banned and all of these other things because we told the truth that we knew was the truth. And now this is the validation of what we already knew. And I am thrilled to death that we have that validation, but it also goes a step further in showing how far the left is willing to go to shut us down, because these videos were already out there.
Mm-hmm.
And they
disappeared though.
With intent, they took them down. They hid the truth on purpose, and then they turned it around and like it was gaslighting. They turned it around against us and said, "You guys have no idea what you're talking about.
Total gaslighting.
You guys are crazy. You have no idea what you're talking about."
But here's politics. Here's DC, and this is the soap opera that does interest me. Like I said, I love politics. I hate it. But now you have factions, and you see lines have been drawn in the sand. You know where people are. You know where Mitch McConnell and Mitt Romney are sitting and standing. You know where Kevin McCarthy is sitting and standing. You know where Tucker is sitting. You know where Schumer and Nancy Pelosi and all the other minions underneath them were sitting and trying to put. Most of them are quiet because they're
that convenient.
Most of them are quiet. Now you can't. Isn't it interesting?
Mm-hmm.
Most of those Democrats, because they know.
Of course they know.
Of course
If
they know.
But if you can, as Eric talks about, omit, have a mission. Don't show the video. Don't show the sound. Don't let people know and just let people believe the lie of January 6th. Once again, here's the deal. I have to repeat it if we have new listeners. I don't think people should have been in the Capitol. They're responsible for their actions. I don't care if they were invited in. You don't go in, no better. But what's happened, unfreaking believable. This is never in my lifetime would I think that we would see the House Speaker having to release video that was hidden for 2.5 years of true events on that day.
I love you feel this way. I feel like you're having a revelation today that's catching you up to where some of
Monday.
us are.
Monday.
Because I'll tell you what, Vic, I mean, and you know, I think
I partly am.
And I
no
think
doubt.
you're one of the best conservatives I know. You know, you're such a good person.
I'm glad you said, where's the tape?
And I
always
tease you
accused of
guys
being
a
a liberal
lot,
on
but
your
you and
show.
Eric are both good conservatives. And I'm glad that you're having this revelation and that you're kind of catching up to speed to the anger some of us feel, and that this information was suppressed from us. You know, and they talk about other groups of people being oppressed. The people who are truly oppressed in this country is conservatives. And I will not say Republicans. I thought about this when I left the show yesterday. I try not to say Republican, and yesterday I said that word more often. I'm not a Republican. I am absolutely not a Republican.
Now you sound like Eric.
There is no party that represents me. It's definitely not the GOP, and it's not the DNC. There is no party that represents me.
Right on.
And it's so unfortunate that the majority of us, I call us middle of the roaders, we don't have a party that represents us, because it's definitely not the Republicans. It's not Ronna McDaniel. It's not the GOP. Those people hate us as much as the left does.
They do. It's the uniparty for sure. So, I mean, you can't be a Republican anymore. Years ago, I think I was a Republican, but now I'm like you, Tab. Ever since this J6, and well, actually even before that, I'm not a Republican.
But you'll vote Republican
I
on the
have
ballot.
I have to.
Yes, so you have to say you're Republican.
And that's the only reason why I even use the word Republican at times, because when it comes to voting, and it shouldn't be that way. Here in the United States, we have literally, if you broke everything down, probably 5 parties, you know, but we don't have representation for those 5 parties. And guess what? The Republican Party and the Democrat Party are not constitutional. Those are organizations that rake in a lot of money. They're private organizations. We don't have to have just 2 parties.
Well, Eric is an Indipublican.
Oh,
Well,
hell no.
No, he's not. Well, did you know, if you look on the chat line right now, Vic, I think more than half of the chat line, including me, the spunky girl this morning, we would be in the DC gulag, because I would have been there right along with Ashley Babbitt. Now, I would not have gone in if I saw the smashing the windows and all that. But there's a group of people who hadn't even seen that. And as I am a daughter of a police officer, if a police officer acted calm and was like, "Would you like to have a tour of the building? Would you like to come in?" My little butt would have been in there. And so would half of your listeners. We would have you guys would have needed a lot of bail money to get your audience out.
I disagree. There were no cops going, "Hey, come on in." They opened the doors, but they're not, "Would you like a tour?"
I disagree with you on
Yeah,
that one.
they were.
I've seen
were.
video where they were bringing
because
people in.
there was too much chaos.
But back then you were under the local news shield of information. The truth shield was around you, so you didn't see the same.
So we vote
videos.
Republican.
We did.
You go Republican. I mean, that's
Or you could be like Eric. He's a Barn Dominican.
an Indipublican.
Barn Dominican. You know, that could actually
an
be the
Indipublican
third
living in a
party.
barn dominium.
Is the barn dominium?
The barn dominiums?
Yeah.
No, it's a
could just be
barn
the barn
dominic.
dominiums.
I like it.
I would join the barn dominiums.
Too. Hell yeah. I need a barn dominium right now. That's where I'm going to start my new party.
Right.
I like it.
You're a Barn Dominican.
Buy
See,
up
to
all
me-
the federal land that Trump says that we should buy up, and then we could have
Lizzie
a freedom
listens.
city.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have a freedom city, and think about that.
Yeah.
And
That
that's
would be
exactly
great.
why they won't let you have it.
Yeah.
I know.
Tease me like this. It's too early in the morning for this teasing stuff. I want it. But the whole thing with this January 6th thing is I think every single person in this room knew what was going on with it. They were using it as a blunt object to smash Trump in the face.
100%.
100%. To be honest with you, they replaced maybe 25 broken windows.
Yeah, not that big of a deal.
We
Actually,
have proof it was set up. And if anybody had any doubt after this week and the video that's been released, there is no doubt.
And you have this compare and contrast to the rioters who were blowing up the White House and that church across the street from the White House. They had to literally put the president of the United States in a bunker. Yet that was just peaceful protest. they were taking their axes to our national statues. That's just peaceful protest. They were in Portland, Oregon, literally barricaded inside of the federal courthouse.
And people were killed.
And that
there.
was just
people were killed there.
Full protest. Ferguson, Missouri, they brought Molotov cocktails to a peaceful protest.
And
but if you have a bunch of
other nasty things.
As a matter of fact, Eric, you know what? There were 50 people killed during during those protests.
Yes.
From 2014 until 2021, 50 people that were killed. 1,500 businesses in Minneapolis alone completely burned down.
Yeah.
Billions of dollars worth of damages. And guess what? Those folks aren't in jail, are they?
And we try to educate on the show on canceltheshow.com. That's what we're all about, having the conversations, not being afraid to show video, to talk, to say things as best as we possibly can to educate everybody so you have an idea of what's going on. I mean, there's lots of parts to our life and our daily life. And guess what? A lot of decisions being made in D.C. do affect your lives now.
Yeah, it's just creepy. I mean, to me, hearing what it was is Mitch McConnell coming out. To me, the whole thing, you guys can talk circles around January 6th and Tucker Carlson and Fox and all that stuff. To me, the creepiest thing was what did Scotty say the other day? He had cold chills. I was like, Mitch McConnell could have just said, hey, let the video come out and let the chips fall where they will. I got a conference I got to get to, guys. That's all he had to say.
Correct.
But he did exactly the other went the other way. And I go, this is Mitch and Mick and all these rhinos that she keeps talking about using a blunt object to use to smash against Trump because they're just as against Trump as anybody else is.
Absolutely.
And that's it. And I was like, there's some cold chills right there.
And Fox News, as we just started this show out, if anybody's new joining us here on canceltheshow.com, if you like us, subscribe, all the platforms, send us stars if you want to donate. We love that as well to help keep our free speech platform going. Once again, it was all a situation as Tucker Carlson is now having to defend the number one man.
Have to.
But we just showed you the sound. The number one man on television is now fighting not to be censored as his own network censors him.
Oh my God.
And doesn't allow him to show
the number one guy
to
but
show
censor him.
any more video. I don't got Mitch McConnell out there. I don't know. And then, of course, everybody else, it's like, my God, it's really happening.
You know what? Tucker, what does he get? He pulls in like 3 million people a night. Tucker, if they got rid of him, he would be like Obi-Wan Kenobi when Darth Vader killed him. He would literally be like Darth Vader killing him and then becoming the Force because he could go anywhere. He could do the Joe Rogan 50 million listener a day thing and he could make a fortune doing it. I saw him on Fox Nation with him and Russell Brand. Did you see that?
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
The conversation. Those guys were having like masterclass level conversations about what we talk about on this show.
I know. It's exactly what we talk about. I saw it.
We have those masterclass conversations every day.
Every day, live, Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. Central Live. And you can also catch us on canceltheshow.com all the time.
How long will Tucker last?
As long as he wants.
Yeah, he will. Fox
we know
is
he's bringing
stupid.
in a lot of money to Fox National. There's no question about it. But how far, where's the line drawn? How far will they allow him to go to speak the truth?
Forever. He's not Bill O'Reilly. The only way you take out a Tucker is if he had sex with 6-year-olds, and that's it.
But they're telling
you
him,
could Bill O'Reilly him, but you
can't
Tucker Carlson him.
They're telling him he can't talk about January 6th anymore.
No, Tucker might get rid of himself.
That he can't show the videos anymore.
Well, he can talk about January 6th. He's just not being allowed to show any more new January 6th video.
That is so telling, isn't it? Fox, which is the mainstream media, quote, to the right, and they are literally censoring the video. That tells you everything we need to know about America these days.
It tells us everything we need to know about Fox National, which is why I tell people not to watch them.
Well, you're going a little far.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, in your opinion, yes.
How
In my
come I
opinion,
just
no.
agreed with Tabitha for the first time ever?
Turn them off because it's obvious. They
Are you saying you should turn off Fox, Eric?
Turn off Fox.
If
Are
Fox,
you getting to that point?
If Fox is if they were staging,
only turn off Fox if you're watching us.
If they were staging video, then I'd say don't show it. But they're not staging video. That's organic video. It's raw video.
They're oppressing
It's a
the
news
truth.
organization.
Well, hold on a second.
They're not sending that video out to other news outlets. That's the only place we can see the video. So let's see the video. I've never understood what the problem was. I have never understood What's the problem with just showing the video? You had your January 6th committee. We know it was a sham. We get it. Everybody understands it was Nancy Pelosi trying to use a blunt object against Donald Trump so he doesn't run for president again. We get it. Now we get a chance to all see the video, and it just will show that they were completely mischaracterizing things, correct?
Correct.
What is the big deal?
Here's the thing that happened, though, guys. Fox approved. They knew all the video that was being shown before he showed it, okay? They had no issue with it until, like a lot of times, something happens and then other people start giving their opinions. And then it's like, oh, well, maybe we didn't see any problem with showing that, but now it's having this effect. So maybe we need to change our minds. And Scotty, if you can get that other video ready of Antifa, because it's been a big week of J6 video. And of course, we're not going to suppress it. We'll show it as much as we possibly can because it was shown nationally.
I think McCarthy does this. He has to take some of the pressure off of
He
Tucker.
did.
Hold on a second. He needs to put all of this video on a server that is downloadable by little shows like us, like Joe Rogan, like whoever wants it. It's like, here, no password, just go get whatever video you want. Have fun. Bye-bye. And I think McCarthy does that with no...
What platform would carry it?
It's just a downloadable server where
it was already there before.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. All this video, several people on our comment line have seen these videos, including myself.
No, I'm talking about utilizing it.
It was only there for a little bit, then it was gone.
Correct. Exactly right.
That's what Eric means.
But he's saying that we should put it back. I'm saying if you put it back, who's going to carry it? What platform will carry it?
But
it was
Joe
already
Rogan.
there.
I mean, there's
and
thousands of these little podcasts across the world.
And then who's going to start deleting us when we put it there?
Well, we've shown a lot of videos this week, and the one that I saw yesterday, and I had to show this, and I'm glad once again that McCarthy released this so Tucker could show it, because this gets into what Tabitha taught me about 3 years ago with Antifa. And you'll see two Antifa guys, because Tabitha says they wear black. They're in their black uniforms regardless. And watch those guys start to try to bash the Capitol in, and then you'll see Trump supporters try to stop them. Thank you, Kevin McCarthy, for releasing this video. Tucker, thank you for showing it. Check it out.
Well, use what you got.
And you see them going to work until they're talked back by other Trump supporters.
And then they continue on in another
Later
part of the
on.
video. They continue on. One of the police officers actually gets injured when they're trying to bash the door in. He gets stuck between the door. And I'll tell you what, have you guys seen this video before? Because I've seen it many times in the beginning.
I saw different videos. I just didn't. I needed you to, once you explain this, explain why that is Antifa and how you can say 100% that's Antifa.
It is absolutely Antifa. They dress in all black. Everybody there, as you can hear them chanting F Antifa. They make themselves very
Is that what
obvious.
they were saying?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
yes.
F Antifa. And I saw this video, I think the same day, because all these videos were released the day of January 6th and a couple days after we were still seeing them. But I'll tell you, Antifa, they're not Democrats, just so people know.
No.
Antifa, they're not Democrats. They were started by the Revolutionary communist party. There's
I
a
was
group
there
out there
when
called
Revcom started.
Yeah,
not
maybe
started, but I was in Seattle during the
Well, that was with
World
Revcom.
WTO thing. Was that Revcom?
Back then it was Revcom.
They
and
destroyed Seattle. I mean, I tell you what, Vic, I've never seen anything like it. That was I was like, what is going on here? And he goes, these are anarchists. They don't want the World Trade Organization. I was like, okay. And now it makes a little bit more sense to me. But Tabitha's right. Is these are complete anarchists, don't care about Mitch McConnell. They don't care about Nancy Pelosi.
They're not Democrats. They're obviously not Republicans. But too many people want to say, well, Antifa are Democrats, but they're not Democrats. They're for communism. They're for socialism. They're for Marxism.
Isn't that the Democratic Party in a lot of ways these days?
And many. And some of these folks have infiltrated part of the Democrat Party. Right? Remember when Pelosi's house was vandalized and they had the pig there? That stood for capitalist pig. And it was Antifa that did that. As soon as I saw it, I knew. And
I thought it was a setup to try to make people feel sorry for Nancy
I don't think
Pelosi.
so. I think it was these people, they don't like Biden. They don't like Pelosi, and they don't like us. They don't like anyone.
No.
Oh, wait, Drew just solved it for us. He said Antifa wasn't part of January 6th.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Drew.
that
damn.
is so untrue.
Damn, I feel so much more enlightened now. Thank you.
But if
Thank you,
if the world had seen the video that we just saw, and many of us did back in the day, don't you think that it would have been much harder for the government to gaslight us if that video was on every news station?
Great point, Tabitha.
So here's the deal. This show is just like a bunch of people hanging out at Starbucks having a couple lattes and talking. Well, we're only one of 4 people that are doing this millions of times across the country right now. And what is happening? Because they are delegitimizing this video, half of the group at that table are saying, oh, it was a setup. We're not looking at the video in context. Didn't you hear? Even the Republicans are saying this isn't in context. It's just keeping everybody off balance. We're in here going, wow, we're starting to figure things out. You know, there's another group of people going, oh, it's just the Republicans trying to save face or whatever it is. Here's where this gets nerve-wracking. If Tucker would have come out in the last couple of days and said, we have new evidence. Speaker McCarthy is giving us this video. And if Mitch would have come out and said, this is interesting, why wasn't this shown? We wouldn't be so divided in our conversation.
But he's one of McConnell's.
But Mitch
one of
is
them.
not a true Republican.
I'm not saying
He's
anything
one of
about.
them.
Okay, then if you don't like Mitch, let's try Mitt
Kentucky
Romney.
voters. That's on
Mitt
them.
Romney is a rhino.
Let's try Mitt. Oh,
He
you don't like
hates
Mitt? Let's
Trump.
try Susan Collins. If you don't like Susan, there are Republicans that are not in lockstep with having this video out in the public.
Yeah, people like
You see what I
Marjorie.
mean?
People
And
like
there are
Marjorie Taylor
people-
Greene.
Tucker said that in
And-
the video we just showed.
Right.
He said
And
it.
there are people that are not in this room that are a lot dumber than we are as far as these issues go. They don't follow it like we do. And they're going, oh, well, the narrative they want to hold on to is Trump bad, Democrats good. Are Trump bad, democracy good?
The Freedom Caucus, Eric. Do you know the Freedom Caucus fought to have these videos shown? They fought to release the information on January 6th. And that was part of the negotiations that went on when McCarthy was
There you go.
being voted on for speaker.
Okay, where are those Republicans in the House going?
You know what's happening to them? They're being deplatformed.
Why?
Look at
They
Marjorie
really
Taylor
are.
Greene.
I don't
A lot of people, when they hear her name, they think, oh, she's a whack job. Because you know what? That's the gaslighting the government and the media does when somebody stands up and fights for this country and they fight against this type of oppression and media omission. They come after them just like they have Marjorie Taylor Greene. But I'll tell you what, people voted for her. They will continue to vote for her. And look at what happened to her. She was removed from all her committees because she fought for the American people.
Well, it's because there was a Democrat in charge. And as soon as
she's not the only one.
And as soon as a Republican, but that happens all the time. And then Omar was removed from her committees as well. That's what happens when Republicans and Democrats take office. They put their own people in.
It's true. And again, we're talking about this fabric. This is just one little moment in time, this January 6th raw video release. Remember that. Put it on the calendar whenever we're talking about what the hell's going on with this world. It's basically, it falls in the same category as Fauci lied to you. It falls in the same category of we're not going to build the wall anymore. We're going to let people come over the borders. It falls in these categories of how they're trying to reposition the United States of America, not to be safe and secure anymore, but to be rambunctious and divided.
They want to keep us in chaos continual.
And it's working.
It is working.
You guys are letting it work.
working.
Drew, Your guys are doing a good job, Drew. I got to give you props, dog. You're coming on this show and you're not seeing reason. You don't talk reason to us. I think you're a liberal. I can't tell. I've never met you
Drew
before.
is definitely
He's a liberal.
I can't tell.
Sure.
But
He believes on every
he's-
word we say.
But he's licking his chops, looking in the mirror, going, "We're working this thing out. It's working. It's working." And it's working.
It's not working.
It is working because we're not together as a company, as a country. We're not.
But it's not.
We'll
just
never be
because of
together
that.
as a country.
We haven't been together as a country in 25, 30
No,
years.
but
Eric.
truth should come out and go.
Probably
and,
longer than that.
And people who are vested in this country should be able to go, "Hey, you guys lied to us about COVID," and then the entire country should rally.
You're still.
Hey, you guys lied to us.
Puppies and sunshine.
You guys lied to us about video from the January 6th committee. Then we should all rally. Hey, you guys are lying to us about inflation.
We can't
We should
rally because look what happens when we do.
That times have
January
changed.
Not rally
6th.
like this. I'm not talking about rallying
It's
like
not
this.
the 80s anymore.
And Eric, what do you think's happening? Speaking of Antifa, did you hear the latest report? Remember all these power substations that are being attacked
No.
across the country? Guess
Well,
who it is?
kind of.
It's Antifa.
Kind of.
I've never heard any stories about us being attacked by substation.
Yes, you have. We've talked about it on
them
the show.
blowing up like the substation, the power
Shooting-
stations and
yeah.
everything.
You
Yes,
talked about
yes.
it.
Yeah, that's what
Shooting
she's
at
talking
power
about.
stations. Well, the latest reports have come out, and they say by the FBI, and it was Antifa. And guess what? Some of the train derailings across this country,
Is
they
Antifa.
believe it's Antifa. So these people are a domestic terror organization, and they are here in the United States. And instead of the government going after them, they are coming after us. Think about that. These people are trying to cause chaos. They want us to live, just like you guys said, in a state of chaos, and they are going to do everything they can to destroy this country. But instead, we're the bad guys. We're the enemy, not these people.
Yeah. Who was the one on the text line that just said national divorce?
Well, we didn't.
That's what-
Marjorie Taylor Greene is.
Yeah.
the
Yeah, she
original
said
one
that.
Said that. Yeah.
Okay.
Eric's been talking about a national divorce since the onset of the Edge.
I don't know how two people that can they're so divided.
Texas and California will never be together.
This is Drew's logic. But where's the proof? The FBI didn't say that. Well, because they're involved.
Duh.
Like,
Yes.
But you got to
dude,
understand,
you're so off base. It's
if you
ridiculous.
refuse to look at all the facts of how the FBI has been involved in so many things that are wrong and illegal and gaslighting and censoring and cover up with Hunter Biden, you're never, ever, ever going to be able to have a conversation with a person like that.
No, and the FBI did.
And Drew and I talk
say
off
it,
air.
Drew.
You
because
guys
he'll
talk
message
off
me.
air?
He'll
Does
message
he sound like he has any kind of sense about him?
I think he's crazy. He thinks I'm crazy.
And Drew is a real person. He used to.
Is he? He's not an AI robot?
No, he back in the early days, I think 2013 when I was over at 1380, and he was a listener of my show back then, and he would call in, and not on my show, but there was a couple shows I think he actually came in person.
But that's
See,
all right.
I
we
wanna say-
want to have conversations, and he
I
represents
absolutely
Democrats.
do. And I respect anybody that has an opinion. I expect anybody that comes on the show and plays in the playground every single morning. But at some point, man, you got to use a little logic. You got to understand there's consequences to everything you do. You take one step into a
Eric,
field.
you brought up that word again, logic.
That's what the left does not have.
Wait a minute. I don't understand.
I'm with you. I understand your logic, Eric. But as I meet more and more people across this country and this world, our logic is different.
I mean, it's like this, Vic. It's like, oh my gosh, I just scratched my arm. I have on a twig, and I'm like, the logical thing to do is put a Band-Aid on a little Bactine.
Yes.
Drew's logic would be, why don't we amputate your arm? What are you?
That is
How
a
do you
good
have
analogy.
how do you have a conversation with people like that?
It's impossible.
Anyway,
It
It
is
is
impossible.
I think Drew, he's smart, and he's like, yeah, I don't believe anything I say, but I'm having so much fun with these clowns.
But he represents so many people in this country. He really does, because he might be our resident Democrat on the show, but I'll tell you what, there are so many people who believe exactly what he's saying.
And
I
Go
talked to a liberal last night, and they were just as appalled with this Tucker Carlson story as I was. I was like, oh
how
my
old?
kind of Jane Duker-ish.
Jane Duker-ish.
When I ask how old somebody is, you said Jane Duker-ish?
I don't even know how old she is.
She's probably what, in her 50s,
mid-40s, 50s?
mid-40s, 50s.
You could have just said that.
And she was
How
a
old is
West,
she, Jane Duker-ish?
that's who she reminded me of. and we West County liberal. Those are the worst, by the way. And you basically,
You're not wrong.
I know I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not, because they think that they think they're above everyone below them. They think Drew's like the subordinate to them. Anyway, I was like,
100%.
I was thinking, we were talking about it, and she overheard the conversation at the other table. She goes, "Oh, I heard about this." I go, "Hi, how you doing?" She got in her conversation. She goes, "This is unbelievable. The media should be all over these videos. I can't believe it." And she went into her, and you could tell.
Nice for her.
Yeah, I was
Clap.
like, oh my God, a complete liberal who agrees with what we're talking about, because the suppression of the media, well, that can't be good for anybody. It can't be, because that's your voice to the truth of your government. And I was like thinking to myself, there are people in this world that are not like us, that have the same kind of outlook on things that we talk about here.
And there's also a lot of people, like I said yesterday, who think we're all crazy because they've never experienced oppression. They've never experienced a government coming at them, or being jailed on various platforms, or being banned or censored because of what you say.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that. Half or less than half of our country has never experienced any of these things. And sometimes until you experience it, you don't understand it.
No doubt about it. Hey, we got 3 minutes of commercials we're going to run. We're going to come right back. Coming up at 9:30, we've got Curtis Banks coming in from Complete Auto Body and Repair. He's looking for mechanics. It's an amazing shop what he has. He's now putting air conditioning in his auto body shops to attract mechanics, because he can't get work. He can't get workers to come in unless he has air conditioning.
Man, that's like putting AC in a gym.
And what's wrong with that?
Oh, don't get to we already had it out, Eric.
She's
like, the kids need their air conditioning to do their work.
And they need a swimming pool and a drink.
But leading that, Shark, Kevin O'Leary, the bald guy, we'll hear him go off in front of CNN on their set about why Democratic-led cities are failing and why he'll never open up a business in them. You won't want to miss that. Eric, something special for you.
What?
An update on school choice. It's gaining more momentum across the
Missouri?
country. Not in Missouri.
States. 5 states, though.
Not in Missouri yet. Not in Missouri.
Yeah, good.
But around $7,000 to $9,000. It's not enough, but it's a start. $7,000 to $9,000 a year to do what you want. So
okay.
We'll see. It's a start. We'll get to that. We've also got an interesting story. We'll get into Fauci a little bit too. The former CDC director said undoubtedly Chinese virus, Chinese Wuhan lab, Fauci knew. You can't make this stuff up. The former CDC director saying that. It is cancel
he needs
this.
to be with Mitch McConnell right now.
In the hospital?
In the hospital.
And
no, truly.
Yeah, what if Fauci was his doctor? Mitch would go, "Oh, wait a minute
And
here."
Chinese.
That would be beautiful.
And the Chinese have now made an equivalent 5th generation fighter jet because of stealing our secrets. Quote being given, I'm sure, by the Biden administration. Whatever. Anyway, back with more Cancel the Show after this, canceltheshow.com. Scotty Gherkin, Lizzie Sparks, Eric Johnson, Tab the Hassle, I'm Vic Faust. 3 minutes of commercials. Come right back.
Oh, wait. What? No response? Hi, I'm Curtis Sparks with Complete Auto Body and Repair, offering full service and auto repair to St. Louis and St. Charles. We are looking for someone to say polo. That's right, we are hiring. We want you now. If you would like to work in a well-paying environment, then you owe it to yourself to stop by one of our 6 Complete Auto Body and Repair locations. Will you help me find that missing person? Please call me directly at 636-488-HIRE. That's right, 636-488-4473.
Dad and service.
Oh yeah, and service.
He fixed the cars.
Carroll House has the largest selection of solid wood with the hottest new styles. Real furniture that's built to last, like our solid bedrooms, living rooms, and dining from Kincaid. Our volume enables us to save you a lot of money, especially during our solid wood sale, plus get free financing, fast free delivery, and free in-home design. So for solid wood, sweet styles, and solid service since 1964, shop over 3 football fields of furniture at Carroll House, because you like nice things.
White Glove Exotic Services is St. Louis's first concierge vehicle service center. Alex David's team is passionate, certified technicians. They have industry-leading tools and equipment. They do it all. They pick up and deliver your car hands-free. Plus, they have elite detailing service, customized PPF wraps and tinting, and inspection and titling assistance. White Glove also specializes in logistics and storing options, vehicle listings, and consignment. White Glove Exotic Services. Check them out at cancelthisshow.com. Kathy O. Big Strick, owner of Experience Real Estate Partners with eXp, has been one of St. Louis, Missouri's highest selling groups for 26 years running. In that time, Kathy and her team have successfully assisted an incredible 4,000 families. So if you're thinking about buying, building, or selling, be sure to put Kathy's group and their experience to work for you, and you can expect to be moved. Just give her a call at 314-276-SOLD. That's 314-276-7653, or find her online at experience-re.com. Winty's in the Chesterfield Valley, if you don't know, is a family-owned business that has been around since 1994, serving some of the best chicken wings in town, no joke. Also known for their fresh burgers, pizza, and incredible smoked meat. Top-notch happy hour specials are included, plus live music every Friday and Saturday. Oh yeah, you can also enjoy their spacious heated covered patio. It's Winty's in the Chesterfield Valley, 18,000 Chesterfield Airport Road.
Hey guys, this is Dr. Mahesh Bhagway. I'm an orthopedic surgeon here in St. Louis for over the last 20 years. I went to Washington University. I got my medical degree at St. Louis University. From local athletes to injured workers and even Cardinal baseball players, I've treated them all. Our practice strives to personalize care with every new patient being seen by me. To find me, contact my staff at drbagwe.com, DRBAGWE.com. Hopefully you don't need me, but if you do, you can find me now.
Like an entire day, my trash can.
Hey guys, welcome back in to cancelthisshow.com. We got a packed house all the way around. Scotty Gherkin on the boards, Lizzie Sparks on the chat line, Eric Johnson, Tabitha Hassel. I'm Vic Faust. Hey, by the way, we appreciate all the supporters that we have, not only watching us live Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. out of the St. Louis, Missouri area, but of course, as you can catch us where most people do outside of live, on our video and audio platforms. All you have to do is go to cancelthisshow.com, cancelthisshow.com. Share the show, subscribe, do the star thing, please. I'm still learning. Tabitha and Lizzie are teaching us about the stars. Do that. We appreciate it. Go to cancelthisshow.com if you like what we do. Keep our lights on. As Lizzie says, you can donate as well on the platform. If you're using a computer, you can go to the donate button. Or if you're using a mobile phone, you can just go to the menu button and do it there as well.
And if you want to tour the studio and come in and hang out with us right here in the studio during the show, you can donate to one of our packages.
We would love to have you come in for a show. You can watch The Glass, as Scotty Gherkin does as well.
In our Carroll House Lounge.
In the Carroll House Lounges, Tabitha
It's
likes
so
to call
nice.
I love our Carroll House Lounge. I really
Beautiful.
do.
So
it is beautiful.
And with that being said, also coming up, a few housekeeping notes. Tomorrow, you won't want to miss Troy Taylor as part of our Paranormal Friday, our free-for-all Conspiracy Friday. Troy Taylor, an expert with ghost tours, specifically around the Missouri area, but all across the country.
Tomorrow.
An accomplished author. He will be in tomorrow. If you want to catch him live, you can do so at 8:15. We'll have Troy in. He's looking forward to it. Grateful that he was brought to our attention. So we'll get into that. We'll see where we go. And then, of course, Lizzie and Eric can tell him, hey, we'll give you a ghost tour of the same house that we lived in.
Oh, we would love it, wouldn't we, Eric?
So I'm betting right now he already knows about the house that you two lived in. I
bet he
guarantee.
does,
You think so?
And of course, you two did. They did, for our new listeners, viewers, they did not live in that house together. They were separated by.
Maybe it was Lizzie haunting the
Maybe
place.
It was me.
Maybe
It was
she
me
was in the
haunting you.
closets going, whoever lives in this place, I will never let them.
And then I found out it was Eric, so I stayed.
I got to go now.
And by the way, we have to clarify. It was asked during the break. Did Tabitha say you guys were having Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell on the show?
I was joking.
Well, you do work for Hollywood
I could
companies.
try. I could try.
Why not? Get them on. We're getting all the. You still said you'd get us Tom Cruise at one point, didn't you?
I never said that. I don't see that
thought you
ever
said
happening.
I thought you said you were. Well,
as much as I would love that.
That's right. Tabitha Hassel was Tom Cruise's
I can get his
body-
father-in-law to call in.
Tabitha says she was Tom Cruise's bodyguard.
Not
once.
says, was.
Okay. She says was. Says
I had a
was.
whole team of people with me, not just myself.
All right. Cancelthisshow.com. Of course, if you have stories, anything, let us know. If there's people you want to hear from in interviews or anything cancel culture related, just let us know. All right. I'd like to cancel the Chinese government because they continue, at least now, to steal secrets. I know you hear these things and we see movies and CIA issues, but now you know it's a bad deal when they're actually talking about it all across the country. China apparently achieving its 5th generation fighter jet now by copying U.S. military tech, and it could maintain its pacing challenge, becoming more superior in the skies than the American military because sensitive information just going to them. Computers being left open, you name it.
Two arrests in Kansas City recently over that. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. What happened in Kansas City?
2 Kansas City men shared data of our fighter jets and some of our other military data to China. They were recently arrested. I don't know if it was last week or the week before.
Well, China has been accused and been caught of thievery of military secrets for decades. But eventually you have to do something to stop and get serious unless they're able to continue to pay off people in the United States. And we have seen multiple instances of that happening.
I see it as a non-issue.
I thought this would have been a big issue for you. You surprised me.
Not really. You know why? Because we have spies as well in other countries. We all steal each other's data and plans.
See, okay, it's
we
like,
all. I mean, and you know what? China has some things that are far superior to ours, and we have things that are far superior
on
to
their
China.
own technology.
That China
without
has
stealing our
are you
stuff.
kidding me? China. Does you really think China has to steal our technology?
Yes, I'm going to get Donald on.
They are the technology.
Now you're going into the
Who
stupid
makes
waters.
cell phones? Who makes cell phones? Who makes televisions? It's not Americans.
Hold on.
Who's programming computers? It's not Americans.
You do realize
who's excelling in the education department? It's not Americans.
Go sit in the corner.
I mean, what are you guys thinking?
Okay.
Here's the deal.
For God's sake.
Don't listen to our people. Don't listen to our people.
We're a bunch of dummies.
We
here
fund
in this country.
China.
Hold on, guys. Back in before the WTO, before you started letting China into these weird little circles, they were a third world country. They were using Russian artillery. They were using Russian machinery. They did not have stealth anything. They did not have ultrasonic anything. They did not have iPhones. You're right, Tabitha.
Go buy an American television, Eric.
All right. In this,
Hold
I
on.
do agree with Tabitha because here, China
And then
is...
Eric needs to finish his point.
Okay.
No, go
So,
ahead.
okay. So China is stealing our stuff. We know that for sure. And this is going to shock some people that are conservative that I'm saying this, but I don't care about TikTok, whether Josh Hawley makes it illegal or not to have TikTok. They can spy on us through TikTok, and I know it's their platform, but they're already spying on us through TVs, all that kind of stuff. We adopted 2 little girls from China, and we were in China, 20 years ago, and they were spying on us through all sorts of means back then.
That was analog spying. This is digital
That's true.
spying. This
That
is
is true.
metadata spying. That's a big difference.
I agree.
Okay,
This
so
is scary.
So basically, China can take a look at a screen now and look at dots on the screen and figure out what's going on with everybody.
They're doing that.
And they can figure out what here's the problem with digital. They can figure out what the American people are actually interested in. They can interject or inject opinion to move elections, to move policy, to dumb down our kids, to make sure that they understand that moms and dads are giving their kids iPods and iPads. I said iPods. That's not even a thing anymore. iPads and basically poisoning our kids' minds. They're damn geniuses because there's a TikTok video.
Do they need to? Or our own
Hold
country's
on.
doing it to us.
Tabitha, sometimes you're kind of like Drew.
You guys are cracking me up.
There's sometimes
today.
there's sometimes you're like Drew where you don't listen.
You guys are
You
cracking
need to
me up
listen.
today.
Here's the deal. China knows the power of TikTok. We'll just start there. They have these commercials that show how a little girl gets involved with digital. She has a choice. As a matter of fact, I wish we had this video. Maybe you guys have seen it. There's this Chinese video, and they give the girl a choice. Here's an iPhone, or here's a book. And the girl first chooses the iPhone. And it goes through the entire path of how the iPhone has destroyed her life. They don't get to make any money. They're completely buried in the iPhone, yada, yada, yada. She then goes through this thing where she chooses the book. The book gets her paid. She becomes professional. She becomes an outstanding citizen. That's what China is feeding their citizens.
Who cares?
China.
You're
China,
more wait a minute.
China's also making it so their kids are not allowed to have TikTok for more than 45 minutes a day. And the 45 minutes a day of TikTok videos that the kids get to watch are about how the nationalist sentiment is. It's propaganda to the kids.
I don't care about that.
Here's your 45 minutes of Chinese propaganda. We're going to teach you how to make food. We're going to teach you how to do calculus. We're going to teach you how
and you think TikTok's
it's
the problem?
wholesome. It's wholesome.
What about our schools
Tabitha,
who are teaching
TikTok
people
is a problem.
on a curve by the worst student in the class?
Hold on.
The smartest students can't be in honors classes anymore.
I'm going to give you something.
Because honors classes
without being mean to you, I'm going to say you've obviously never been to
because you have no freaking idea what you're talking about.
What? We've got so many branches going off the China issue.
Here's the deal. You've never been a marketeer. You've never been a propagandist.
Like a musketeer?
You've never been a PR agency. You've never been anything. You don't understand how the human mind works.
I understand how the human mind works very well,
you
Eric.
Sure don't.
Very well,
because
I do.
Because TikTok is totally programming kids.
Who cares about TikTok, for God's sakes? Here's the thing.
Are you not concerned with China at all? It sounds like you're not.
China is our biggest enemy. No doubt about it. Far more. But our own.
The programming
if you have a cell phone,
kids.
see this iPhone I have right here?
Yeah.
This thing knows every single thing about me.
Yes.
And because you guys are my friends, it knows everything about you too.
Yes.
TikTok is just propaganda. TikTok's not doing a darn thing.
You are wrong.
You know what's happening in our country?
You're scaring me now.
Our own
you're literally
country,
scaring me.
Our own country is dumbing us down. Why do you think the only people, I used to work in IT, recruiting in IT. There are no Americans smart enough to program some of these computer programs because we have dumbed down our country.
And you are very good with IT. You've proven that to me.
You're not. Who
Tabitha
gives a
finds
damn?
people.
Hold on.
They have dumbed down. We have dumbed down. We have destroyed our country from within. We don't need to worry about what other
information.
You don't think the Biden administration is selling everything we have to China?
Okay,
everything about
now
us.
We're getting on the same page.
Our own government under Biden, not under Trump. They are selling all of our information to China. They have sold us out.
Well, then you should be concerned.
You have
the things that concern me with China is not
to
TikTok.
be kidding me.
And our kids are not all of our kids. A lot of our kids and adults are stupid because our country wants us dumb so they can control us.
You are literally arguing against yourself.
No, I'm not.
You literally just said they want us dumb. How do you dumb down your society?
Our government wants us dumb.
How do you do it?
Government wants
How would
us
you
dumb.
do it? Hold on.
It's not just
it's
TikTok.
tactics.
We got 4 or 5 issues
TikTok's
going
a bunch
on
of
here.
stupid videos.
Yeah, but Tabitha, why are governors all across the country, Republican governors, looking to ban TikTok? Why is Josh Hawley?
Because it's a diversion.
It's a diversion. I agree completely.
It really
diversion
is.
from what?
Well, because there's
Lizzie.
bigger.
No,
there
Lizzie.
is. There is. No, I am not kidding. I am with Tabitha on this. TikTok is Satan. Don't get me wrong. I agree with you, Eric. It probably should go away. I don't want my kids on it. I'm not on it. So when somebody sends me something, and sometimes listeners do, and I can't open it because I don't have TikTok. But Josh Hawley isn't who you guys think he is. He is voting the way we want him to, but instead of talking about J6 or people that could do that are in prison right now and getting beaten because of the videos, he's worrying about TikTok. You'll notice Josh Hawley.
Who else is talking about getting people out of prison in this country? That's a senator. Nobody.
Nobody. That's
okay. So
nobody.
you can't single out Josh Hawley just for that. And I'm not some massive Hawley fan.
Right. I'm not a massive Hawley fan either, but you will notice it gets talked about when there's bigger issues that are popping up. And I'm not saying TikTok is good. I am not. But there is so many issues that okay, then maybe this. Maybe then Josh Hawley and them don't know how to fix anything else, so we're going to try to get rid of TikTok.
Why is Josh Hawley now being brought up?
I don't know. But
because Josh Hawley's the one fighting the hardest to get rid of TikTok.
No, he's one of them, but he's not the only one.
Don't worry about Josh
How about Christy Nome?
Don't worry about
you like her. I've heard you say that, Lizzie.
I do like Christy
And guess
Nome.
what? She's trying to get it banned as well.
These guys are not part of the look. one thing we pride ourselves on this little show is that we go deeper than just the baby pool. Okay.
Hell yes.
For
so
sure.
here's the deal. Ask yourself this: if TikTok isn't such a big deal, why is China buying up land in North Dakota, right by
That doesn't
military
have
facilities?
anything to do with TikTok.
It has everything to do with the
has nothing to do with TikTok.
You guys keep worrying about these small little patches of material. China is making these
fighter jets,
small little
stealth
bombers.
China
So
is building a fabric across this
what's
country.
TikTok doing, Eric?
It's talking to your kids.
That's so
it's
bad.
talking to you. It's dividing your country. It's
do we need TikTok
propaganda
to
machine.
do that? Do we need TikTok?
TikTok needs to go.
You know
period.
the television that's in your
TikTok
home.
needs to go.
TikTok.
I just said TikTok.
I like hearing you say you're like
do it
TikTok.
again. Just have some fun with it.
The television.
Have some fun with it.
Most televisions in your home. Everything that's electronic in this room was made in China.
Yes.
I can guarantee.
So what's
it was.
your point?
And so many of the things that they make are laptops,
Yes.
our computers, our cell phones, our televisions, our smart
But they're not
thermostats.
helping them build stealth
All
bombers.
of these
Let
things
me give you one example.
spy
Let me
on
give you one
us.
example.
Well, I'm talking
Scotty
about
Gherkin.
TikTok.
Scotty Gherkin. Here you go. You ready?
That's where we're heading, Scotty.
I love you.
I love it, Scotty.
All right, here's the deal.
What was that again, Scotty?
That's awesome. Let me give you one example of how powerful
what was I talking
TikTok.
about?
Let me give you one
Dinosaurs, I think?
example about how powerful multimedia is. The Kardashians.
Bingo.
Oh, for sure.
So you want to ban the Kardashians now?
Well,
yeah, they could go away as far as
I
concerned.
need you to get on my level.
That'll never happen.
I need you to
love
get on
you,
my
but that
level.
will never happen.
I need you to understand that the Kardashians were born out of the digital media craze. They were influencers. That's the word. Anything that has the word influencer in it is bad for your kids, okay?
So let's turn the TV off. Like I always say, turn it off.
TikTok is influencers. Scotty, I can't.
What about the dark web? I mean, what is
The dark web is not seen every day
There
by
was somebody
people.
on our comment line a second ago talking about her friends, 14-year-olds, having a problem because they're watching snuff videos. That's a serial killer in the making. And I'm telling you what? You don't need TikTok to watch snuff videos. You can watch them on Kick. You can watch them on all these other applications. You can go to the dark web.
No, Eric's talking
TikTok
about
is
kids
one of
being
many
pushed. No,
things.
I know, but but they push you in a certain direction.
Hey, Scotty,
dumb you down,
hold on,
push you in a certain direction.
Anyone,
as well.
we post
Hold on.
on TikTok. This show posts videos on TikTok.
Hold on a second. Scotty, why don't you got to go? And if you can't find it, that's fine. Can you search Chinese TikTok information?
Okay, so they're dumbing our kids
I'm going to
down.
show you what
I don't
I'm going to show you
Eric.
what the China
Please tell me.
is showing
Oh, wait,
their
is this
kids.
the video that you showed us the
Please,
other day?
can you
on
show
the-
that? Because that I can't.
I'd have to find it in my
So
text
you're mad because TikTok in China shows education and TikTok in America shows dumb stuff. Well, they're just giving us what our people want.
Tabitha, you got to get. You have to be.
If it's not TikTok,
to
it'll
be
be
pissed
something
off
else.
about anything else, you need to be pissed off about everything.
I don't care
Okay?
about TikTok.
If-
We
if-
have so many things going on in this country.
if the new
TikTok
hold
is
on.
the least of my
if
concerns.
the new trend, and I'm talking to you, Facebook, my audience over here. If the new trend was to feed your kids processed sugar every meal of every day forever, what do you think the outcome of that might be?
That is not even
There's nothing
relevant,
wholesome.
and it's not even a good comparison. No.
Because you can't put the two together. It's everything you put in your body is somehow affecting a human being. If you put
Okay, so let's just say tomorrow TikTok magically disappears. The entire country bans TikTok. It's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think the kids are going to do? Do you think, oh, gee, all of a sudden the next day they're going to be really smart?
That's
no,
not the
I
point.
think it's not the point.
Well, then what is the point?
I wonder if the only way I can go any
This
farther.
is the dumbest conversation I've ever
it's
had
not.
with
Tabitha's
anyone.
more
And I'm not talking about
concerned-
you, Eric. I mean,
Tabitha's
in
more
general.
afraid of Ukraine than she is China.
No, I'm not. I'm more afraid of
you
China
are.
than I am you.
Then-
I'm not scared of Ukraine at
Then
all.
you're not
You talking
concerned
about Russia?
that China has in this stealing our technology day after day
We
after day. And
fight-
they're not stealing
They
it
don't-
through your laptop and your phone, Tabitha.
This is part of the American propaganda right now
You are
being played out
crazy.
in
I
this
can't
very
even have-
room.
you're gonna have
Will
to
you
take
just
over
listen
for
to
me,
me for
Vic.
1 second?
Vic, I'm going to be over here looking at bass guitars.
If you guys would just let me say
can
it,
you do me a favor?
maybe you'd
and
understand.
Just listen to her. I can't do it no more.
Please educate me.
Go ahead.
China, this is American propaganda that you've been fed over the years, thinking that we're Americans, we're so smart that other countries have to steal our technology. China is far ahead of us in technology.
They didn't have the same. They did not have the same military jets as us, Tabitha.
They have their
did
own
not.
jets. They have their
They
own
were not as good
military.
as ours.
I am telling you,
Tabitha.
The closest
they were
thing
not
to
as
an
good as
F-15.
ours.
when?
The
In the
closest
last
years
20
ago?
No, in the last
20 years
20 years.
The closest
China
thing
is
that
in
was
space.
the closest thing that was to us to an F-15 Eagle, not to mention an F-35, was a MiG fighter, which we could destroy with a bottle rocket. Now there's
Are you serious?
now there's countries
Have you
that have
been down
stealth technology
with a
that we've
bottle
invented.
rocket?
Do you see what our gas stations look like? Do you see what our grocery stores look like?
Okay,
Do you see the infrastructure
You're
in this
changing.
country?
You're not comparing apples to apples.
No, it is
Tabitha.
all apples to apples.
It's not.
The United States is not the country that we portray ourselves to be.
Exactly.
Because we didn't protect it.
That's my point. We didn't protect it.
I'm not saying that anything bad about our country. I love our country. But the fact is, it's American propaganda where they want us to believe we are the most powerful. Everything we have is the best. We have been left in the dust by China when it comes to technology, and that includes military
Our technology.
and space technology.
Our technology.
Russia has more nuclear weapons than we do. They have phenomenal technology in Iran, of all countries. They have phenomenal technology in Russia.
Correct.
Why do you think we as Americans, I mean, we have to, if we want to build something, we have to hire people from other countries to do it.
The whole point when we started this conversation is American military members and
I
people.
know.
Let me finish. Are the ones saying, listen, this is a serious issue, how they've been able to infiltrate and take our, they are now building, now, Tabitha, not in the past, now taking our technology and building better stuff than us. Not from cell phones, not from laptops, stealing military
Yes, the United
secrets.
Status of America
And
is
that is the concern
United
that
States
I
of
have.
America is Led
And I
Zeppelin.
agree with
China
everything
is
that you
Greta
say.
Van Fleet.
that is a good analogy.
The United States
China
is Led
Greta.
Zeppelin. We are the originators of the amazing.
We have great music.
Greta-
we have
Greta
great
Van Fleet is
actors,
China.
great television. We don't
Okay.
have good technology.
We
All
don't have good technology. We're the purveyors of
No, we're
good
not.
technology.
That's called government propaganda.
But Scotty, if you
turn
get-
your TV off.
Scotty, I hear music. I'm sorry. Hey, can you get
Wait a minute, he found it.
I'm looking for that video.
He found it.
I
He
had
found
found
it.
it. He
Okay.
He
found it.
found it. I think.
if he found it, but then
This is amazing. If you, I can literally, I can drop the mic after Scotty plays this, and I have to because Tabitha's driving me nuts today.
I got to figure out how to.
oh, just wait. That's fine. We may not have time for it. Don't
We
worry
have
about
to have
it.
time
you,
for
Eric.
it. We have to have time for it. It's the
Well,
most important thing.
Can we play it after our interview with Curtis Banks when he comes in?
Sure.
Is that gives you more time? Does that help?
Oh, I'm fine. I just got to email it to myself here.
Okay. Well,
Because
then
it's from
we'll
a group of text messages. I had to go back a week because there's like 9 million text messages a night.
Tabitha.
I know. Well, bottom line, Bindi King on the chat line, she said that America has outsourced almost everything.
That's right.
So, I mean, that's huge. I mean, yes, TikTok is a problem
We
and
fund
all of that, but
China.
we
China.
literally, like, if they would not bring things like our medicine and all of that here, we're in big trouble. Big
We can't
trouble.
even make military weapons without China because we buy
Right.
our rare earth minerals from China. That's how we
Correct.
build our military
We can't
equipment.
even build cars without.
We
China.
can't build anything without.
Exactly.
I can't even take my albuterol without China. I mean, it's absolutely.
I wish they'd stop
ridiculous.
sending more chips so my car's worth more money.
Bingo.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
bingo.
fine, let's do that. We'll just fix the ones we have.
Hey, Scotty, just let us know if you have what Eric wanted to show us, if and when you have it, and then we'll pop that in. Coming up in just a couple minutes, and that's our issue that we're up against. We got Curtis Banks in studio from Complete Auto Body and Repair, new advertiser. And Eric, if you think Tabitha is getting you fired up today, just wait till we talk about kids needing air conditioning to work as a mechanic.
I got it.
All
All right, hold on.
Here it comes. Here's the video.
I need you to. This is checkmate. This is what the Chinese government. This is what the Chinese government, the purveyors of TikTok, the owners of TikTok, are showing their youth. Are you ready? Rock and roll this thing. Let's go.
We have no audio.
We need the audio. Maybe no. It's
Yes,
just
we do.
music.
All right, here we go.
Eric,
That's what they are propagandizing to their kids.
It's just prepping them for sweatshops. That's all that's doing.
You know, that makes
you go,
me
you,
so
you go the
unbelievably
digital
sad.
media way. You
What
go to a
does it have to do with
sweatshop.
TikTok?
It has to do
TikTok.
with
Well,
more.
it's saying put it down because without that, you can have a,
It's
a
because there
brain
are-
to actually learn.
Our
something.
government dumbed us down in this country. Has nothing far before TikTok came
started
around.
with Nintendo Tecmo Bowl.
I sent that video to my kids
Yeah.
with tears running down my eyes.
What?
Why?
Because it's the truth. It's the truth.
Because I adopted 2 little girls from China and I have 3 bio kids. And I took them from China to get away from communism. And they're going to grow up in communism anyway. And
Okay.
my kids,
Yeah, that would make sense.
It just, I mean, the tears just came out. And you're right. Social media is very addicting and my kids need to put their phones down. So, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, it really sent chills when
It's
I
tough.
listened
It starts
to this
with
video.
parents. You got to start those
Yes.
early. If you don't do it early, it's not going to happen. And then the peer pressure and life revolves around cell phones and our society
and it's going
and
to
our
get worse.
culture.
Yeah.
And it's going to get worse. This is an exponential problem. If you think TikTok's bad, this is nothing. AI is going to come out. And here's the deal. The human brain, and then we can get to our guest.
Yeah.
The human brain is a computer. What you put into it is what you're going to get out of it, period. If you're a little 14-year-old girl and you see influencers that are selling makeup and going to parties and doing whatever, that's what you're going to get out of a 14-year-old little girl. If you put into a 14-year-old little girl a father's love and a mother's love, and you bring them up and you nurture them through a wholesome environment, you're going to get a wholesome girl, period. Now, if you listen to that girl over there, Tabitha Hassel, who I love to death, if you listen to her and you go, who cares? TikTok, this, that, then you are screwing your kids. I'm sorry.
Come on. You're being so ridiculous and overly dramatic.
Did I need you to say that I did? Hold on.
TikTok is one of many social media platforms, and you sound dumber for saying it.
Then take
it's
the word.
one of many.
Then take the word.
and I mean that in a
hold on. Let's
nice
not argue
way.
because I listen to us arguing all the time. Take the
Then
word.
just let me say what I'm saying.
Take the word TikTok out, and then just use
So
social media.
social
media.
If
Let's
we get
take
rid
everything.
of all social media, you know what? The dumbing down of our kids started probably back in the 50s when feminism and all of that started coming out. When the nuclear family started to break down.
Well, it shouldn't break down. We should bring it
I'm
back
glad
up.
you're going to a whole nother place.
Yeah. So why do you get to go to a whole other place, but I can't?
And so now TikTok is a product of the dumbing down of our society.
Wow, you sound like
the
me now.
dumbing down of our society started
How do you sound like me
decades
in the
ago
middle of a
before any of
conversation?
us were bored. And it's not going to be an easy thing to fix. I would
Gotta
love
fix
to
it.
see.
Gotta start now.
I would love to see people take
Start now.
down, not allow their kids to participate in social media. I'm glad my son doesn't participate in social media. I am thrilled about it. It is a problem, but our problem is so much further than this, Eric. Like
No,
I said,
it's not.
now we have schools.
No, it needs to start somewhere.
We used to have honors classes, but guess what? You can't really have honors classes in a lot of schools right now.
In some schools.
Because you know
Not
why?
all schools,
Because
but
of
some.
equity. Because
Yeah.
of equity.
But that's a whole
and
other issue.
now we have these grading curves where you grade from the dumbest
Just get back
students.
to TikTok. Let's get back to this. Hold on. Where's my phone?
TikTok is the
That-
least
that-
of
that-
my worries.
That's the last
least
thing
of
you
my
just
worries.
saw.
It's part of the
It's
issue.
the most of your worries because whatever if someone puts into your brain is how they can make you act. Correct? Am I losing my mind here? If I put into your brain the January 6 videos, they're under a narrative that this was a ruse, a farce, and the government says, yeah, you guys can broadcast anything you want. You can now go sway people's opinions. That's why the Tucker Carl are not the Tucker. That's why the Hunter Biden laptop story was so important. It could have changed enough votes to sway an election, but the government didn't let you put that information out on social media.
We are decades.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're decades away from fixing things, though, Eric.
You-
Decades.
No.
Generations.
I hope you're wrong because I think, look,
Generations.
if I'm
It'll take.
no, if I'm flying an airplane and I see that nose right towards the ground, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up on that yoke.
Yeah.
You have to
Of
start
course.
now. You have to start
Yeah,
now.
but you have to start somewhere. But if you have taught and had a certain policy in place or a certain way of living, thinking, acting for decades, 3, 4, 5 generations, it takes a while for it to change back because you get used to doing things
Yeah.
a certain way. You just do. And it's part of it.
Yeah.
And that's why we need our Christian revolution, Eric.
Back to
We do
COVID.
need a
Let's
Christian
get to
revolution.
something. Let's get back to
COVID.
something that we know about COVID.
No, I know. Hey, Scotty, how busy slammed are you over there, by the way? Hey, I would love, before Curtis comes in, I wanted to show this video of where we are in our country. When you have Kevin O'Leary on CNN flat out telling them Democratic policies in
I saw that.
These Democratic policies in these Democratic run cities are making businesses want to disappear. And I will never, well, we'll let the shark, when he gets up here, Kevin O'Leary, explain this. And it works out perfect before our next guest. Here's Shark Kevin O'Leary talking business in Democratic led states.
Thing that nobody saw coming. And this is the competition of states. I don't put companies here in New York anymore, or in Massachusetts, or in New Jersey, or in California. Those states are uninvestable. The policy here is insane. The taxes are too high. We put them in Fargo, North Dakota, because 40% of the people work elsewhere, including Boston. So I was, a bit of a debate with Elizabeth Warren about this, but I say, look, Senator, we've got to move the companies out of your state because you're not investable anymore. You're punishing people if they're successful. You overtax them. You hit them with a super tax. New Jersey, what a mess. New York, uninvestable.
Wait,
California,
why is New York uninvestable?
Try and do a project in New York. Try and build a data.
I'm asking, Don's point, is it beyond the taxes?
Oh, the regulatory environment is punitive. I had a project in upstate New York behind the grid in Niagara Falls for electricity, a global data center we were building. Eventually, it got so bad with the politicians in the local region and the state policy, we moved it to Norway and all the jobs. Wow. Norway has it now. Thousands of jobs coming out of that. I mean, that's New York. Uninvestable. Sorry, don't shoot the messenger. Just telling you the way it is.
Yeah,
That's it. Uninvestable.
Some pushback from our elected officials in New York on that.
I was just going to say Kathy Hochul.
Yeah, but
I'll debate them any time of the day you want.
We would love to set that up.
Particularly
I'd watch
AOC.
that.
She's great at killing jobs.
Woo!
She kills jobs by the thousands.
Good.
You know, another New Jersey problem. Where did Amazon take their jobs? They took them away from her. She threatened to sue them if they created jobs. I mean, this is a reality. This is a reality that
There's a little more to it, but let's not relitigate that.
Sorry, just telling the truth.
He's saying what a lot of people are saying, especially what happened with that Amazon thing here in New York. Just real quickly, then I don't want to hog the conversation. What was Elizabeth Warren's response when you said that to her?
Look, I have a lot of respect for her because it's okay to have a debate about politics, but not policy. When you have punitive policy, you're making a mistake. And I want to just put up my hand and say, I don't agree, Senator, with your policy. I respect you as a politician, a very successful one. You know, she's very successful, and that's the state where I grew my kids. I mean, our family grew up in Boston, Massachusetts. We left there to move to Florida like everybody else is because it's such a tough place to, this is a tough message. People really are critical about this, but somebody has to call it out because this is a competition of states now, and we don't put money there anymore. We put it in other places, and jobs are created elsewhere. Over time, this is going to diminish New Jersey, diminish New York, diminish Massachusetts, and California out of business. Out of business. El Morte. No business there. You can't do business there.
We can get out.
I don't know what that place is going to turn into. Maybe a tourist zone. but no business.
Get out there.
Imagine
It's great hearing Kevin O'Leary explain what the hell is happening in this country, all by policy.
Yeah. Well, I've been
put
saying
in by
this. I've been saying this for
politicians.
3 years now. Why didn't anybody run my damn audio somewhere else? My God.
You have a voice,
I
and you
know.
have said that.
I know I've said exactly the same thing. It's like it's the U-Haul revolution, Tabitha Hassel, that you don't believe is there. It's the U-Haul, and these are big hitters. This guy's a billionaire. It doesn't have to be the person who's being victimized in the middle of a urban area. This is someone that has lots of tax money that's now leaving the area. Okay, that's a problem. You want to start turning St. Louis's into East St. Louis real quick? Get rid of all your big dollar people. It's the U-Haul revolution. As a matter of fact, that's the name of my new TV show. It's the
It should be.
U-Haul revolution.
That would actually make a fantastic podcast name.
It has nothing to do with guns.
Right.
It has nothing to do with Antifa. It has nothing to do with, mortars going off. It's just a bunch of U-Hauls going down, traveling south to Florida and to Mississippi and Alabama and Louisiana. And, oh, my God, it's the U-Haul revolution. I mean, I got the song in my head all of a
But
sudden.
Missouri is a beautiful state, and I'm willing to fight for it.
No, Missouri has no problem. St. Louis has a problem. Kansas City proper has a problem. Missouri does not have a problem. You go to the Lake of the Ozarks on any given 4th of July, you'll find that there are no problems there. People want to live in Missouri. So it's up to the gov and up to our new representatives to keep it that way. And Some of the stories coming out of Jeff City are very inspiring. We'll just say that
they are. But once again, it just goes to show where this country is. And you have in those big cities ideas. We're talking about New York, California, New Jersey, Massachusetts, massive places. And if Kevin O'Leary is saying it, other business leaders are saying, we're not going there.
Yeah,
we're not going. And it had nothing to do with crime. He didn't bring up crime. It was about those sorts of policies that are killing businesses in those areas. And he didn't say Democrats, but you know what? Who did he bring up? He brought up Democrats. It was all Democrat leaders. Hey, fine, go be your politician, but your policy sucks.
That's a bumper sticker.
Your policy is killing us.
We can debate policy, but not what was it? Politics and not policy.
Yeah, we got to debate.
You have all the politics you want, but as soon as you start to get into that policy mode, that's when you lose the big hitters.
Exactly.
And I don't know. I'd like to know more about this. I'm sure Tabitha knows more about the Elon Musk thing not leaving California. I don't totally get that.
He left and he's coming back.
And now he's coming back.
He's bringing the entire org
just
back?
the headquarters.
No.
Just the headquarters
of Tesla.
Okay. I remember when Boeing did that.
But he's doing that.
Chicago.
He said he's doing it because he has to, because it makes sense for him, because he has to be closer to Twitter now. So he can't spend all of his time in Texas.
It made sense to me from that standpoint. But he made it as comfortable as he could in a press conference with Gavin Newsom. It was very uncomfortable.
Yes.
But they did it. They were there. And, we wanted to show you the business side because we talk about
Do you think that Newsom is that stupid to understand that businesses don't want to lose money? They don't want to have Or do you think they're just
he knows he doesn't care.
He doesn't care
because he's an intelligent man.
He's very intelligent. And Eric, look at all the businesses that are not leaving. They're not leaving California for the most part.
It's it. So with that being said,
are you sure about that?
I don't know. We'll get some stats.
I think people are leaving California, but I don't think businesses for the most part.
We can break that down.
Okay.
All right. Hey, we're grateful to have in the studio live with us today, Curtis Sparks, owner of Complete Auto Body and Repair. Curtis, welcome into the show today. We're going to pop you up here. Scotty's getting you up there. Welcome to the Cancel This studio. You look great.
Oh, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Fantastic.
I tell you what.
It's been a busy morning already, so things are good.
Well, it's because you own everything. You own Complete Auto Body and Repair.
Right? We're trying to grow it. We're trying to grow the towing. And
plus the towing company named Bolin. We'll put that up behind you as well. We're grateful you're jumping in with cancelthisshow.com. With that being said, tell us a little bit about your company because we had a massive debate this morning. You need mechanics because you guys are rocking, rolling, and growing. Tell us about yourself, your company, and what you guys do.
No, for sure. So I'm fortunate to have acquired a recent towing company, Bolin Services, which is amazing. They've been around since 1954. Awesome. My family started in 1973, and I started in 1999. So been doing it 24-ish years, and the body and service is amazing. It's great, but the world's it needs more people to go to work.
Yes.
And that's what we're struggling with everywhere, right? So if we could get more people just to be engaged, it's the best opportunity to win right now.
I know.
Everyone around you's lazy.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Thank you.
Anything you do right now, you can go out and crush it.
Yeah.
So if people will just try, you could become
anything, right?
Made anything.
Anything.
Every trade right now needs people.
That's what I especially women.
Oh, absolutely.
I used to talk to the people, the director of enrollment at Rankin.
Sure.
And they said, you know what? If you attend Rankin, you will get hired on the spot. And more than that, they hire the women before they even hire the men. And right now, the trades, it's been suffering because we sent everybody to 4-year colleges and we stopped sending them to trade school. And now we desperately need people back into the trades.
Oh, yeah.
So one of my lead tow drivers is a young lady that was in dispatch. And she's actually she's killing it. She goes out, she does all the, meet with the greet with the kids and the families and shows them how to successfully tow, I guess you would call it. But it's amazing. She came from Rankin. And we're paying these kids as they sit through school to go to work. And they're switching trades, though.
That's right.
They're not switching jobs. They're switching trades.
Trades is where it's at.
But trades has got to be where it goes.
Yeah.
That's the money. The 4-year school thing is great, whatever it is. I never went to college. Sorry. Didn't fit in the cards.
And look at you. You got a business so successful, you can't get enough people to work for you. That's insane.
No, Curtis is very, very, very successful. We'll get into talking about what you've done to try to attract But tell us about Complete Auto Body and Repair, what you're doing,
Sure.
where your places are, and of course, what's happening with your tow truck industry.
No, absolutely. So we have stores in Cottleville, St. Peters, Hazelwood, Delwood, Ferguson, Florissant, St. Louis proper. We have a lot of locations, which is good. We would have more, but again, it's the folks, the people. We can't find them. But with that being said, we have 200 of the best team members I could ever find, and we have a culture that's amazing. We put air conditioning in our body shops. We put air conditioning in our repair shops. We brought in, rental cars, loaner cars to give out to our customers. We have, we do company events. We do employee bowling. We sponsor all of our guys to go out and play volleyball. They go out and do picnics, and it's crazy the stuff they get to do that I never thought we could do.
Right.
We just had our huge company picnic, our company party over the holidays at Club Rise at Ameristar.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And we rented out the entire club, and it was one heck of a show. I mean, it was definitely pricey, but it doesn't matter anymore. If you don't spend the money on the people that are taking care of you, there is nothing.
I'll come
That's
work for
right.
you if you put in a Emo's Pizza and a latte machine.
Right.
It could come to that,
I've heard
Eric.
too. Like, oh, you have these fancy little cultured, type kitchens and things like that. And we unfortunately don't do that, but we give them a little credit card, so they got about $200 a week they can blow on.
Per diem work?
They do very
crazy.
well. They do very,
That's
very
so
well.
nice.
Curtis knows how to attract people. You blew me away when you said you have put air conditioning into your body shops.
Correct.
And is this a common practice? It just doesn't seem like it's
I
that
don't know
common.
of any other shop that's done it. So
That sounds damn
The
expensive.
future is changing,
yeah,
Vic.
it's nice when you make a little bit of money, but when you spend double to get to the next dollar, I believe in that, because if we reinvest in ourselves in 2 to 4 years, we'll be able to live that life.
But
that we
you
want.
say
I
you have
love
to
it.
do this to attract mechanics. We had a big debate about this today.
The
my
world is
opinion,
changing.
I'm frustrated that you have to do that.
Well,
and Tabitha
He
thinks
provides
that
tools too. They're not changing tires with sticks like in the old days.
correct.
Things have to change. Things have to modernize.
Unfortunately, if you don't reinvest in yourself, you fail. It's not go out and buy the nice new fanciest car, do all that crazy stuff. But if you reinvest in the company and I have more tools, to fill 10 shops.
Yeah.
But it makes it easier for the guys and gals, and it's more efficient.
Yeah.
So I can do more work with less people.
And probably taking less breaks, less sick
breaks.
days,
And-
less time out for heat exhaustion and those types of things.
Sure. Well, with an admin staff that allows the team to stay in their stalls and work, and gives them the ability to simply do what they're great at.
Yeah.
Because a lot of technicians maybe don't like to go out and be social. So don't make them talk to people. Understanding who people are and putting them in the right spots is a huge thing. So certain people belong in front of people. Certain people are better at details. I'm not a detailed person. I have an assistant that handles my details.
I love it.
Otherwise, I fail. And I used to get upset with myself for that. I don't anymore, because I realize that that's just who I am. So if we train our team that way and we give them these tools, they're happier at work, which again, they're happier at home. And then if mom's happy or dad's happy at home nowadays, then we win.
Yeah, Abe's from the chat line says when people feel appreciated, they always work harder.
That's
Agreed.
right.
100%. And appreciation is easy to give if you just realize it's not about you. It's about the culture that you build, and it's about what you're doing and the brand you're selling. So we touch, you figure 200 team members, we touch 1,200 cars a week. That's touching 3,000 people a week.
Yeah.
And impacting their life in one way or the other. So why not make it a good experience?
Well, Curtis, how can people get in contact with you? Listen, right now, if you're listening at whatever time of the day you're listening, whether you're listening live, whether you're listening to the video saved, whether you're listening to our audio platforms, how can people get in contact with you, or let somebody know how to get in contact with you if they know of mechanics who they think would be a great fit for you?
The best way obviously is the internet, right? So go to the website, www.completeab.com. There's also, we have a dedicated phone number that's getting set up. It's going to be, I'll have it next time we talk. It's like 636-443-HIRE. So we actually have a full recruiting department
That's unbelievable.
just for
And
hiring
let
people.
Curtis and his
Love
staff
it.
know that you heard him
Right.
on cancelthisshow.com talking
Please.
about this. It helps them know as well if you can do that as well.
Yeah, but the website's the best, and they can reach out and just go through there. There's a number of applications to go for, between towing, hauling, to body service, to reception, to we're looking to add to our marketing team. So we do a lot of charity stuff, so we like to give back, and a lot of community stuff. So
That's awesome. The other thing that the same situation for your tow truck, you have Complete Auto Body Repair. You have any other businesses too that are rocking and rolling?
Well, we own Bolin Services, which is that combined with A2B Towing. We're the largest in St. Louis. So we're proudly pushing 85 trucks on the road, 103 pieces of equipment, hauling and towing, and knocking it out for all local residents, police departments, things like that. So we're towing about 700 cars a week.
Wow.
As needed. And then we're hauling about 350 pieces of equipment a week. So it's not a small operation. We're looking to grow too.
Yeah.
So by the end of the next calendar 60 days, we should be about a time and a half that. So some new acquisitions and growth is coming. And it's nice when you have great relations. And I serve on the board of Backstoppers and Guns and
cool.
Hoses. So I know a lot of law enforcement, a lot of first responders.
Yep.
And it's important to me to know that they need service. We got to be there for them.
I was just going to bring that up because a good friend of mine, Pat Byrne with Responder Rescue, has talked about you for years.
That's amazing.
And how much work you do for the community.
Pat is incredible. He's got an event coming up, the clay shooting thing.
Yes.
I think it's the 23rd of May. I forget the date. But Pat is phenomenal people. He started Responder Rescue, 14 years ago, I guess now. And I've served on their board for many years, and just really good people. And what I've learned in life, doesn't matter how great you can be, but if you surround yourself with people that are better than you and smarter than you,
oh wow,
then you become almost as smart as they are.
You know what?
That's what I try to do with Tabitha and Eric. I bring
and it doesn't work. It didn't work.
Not rubbing off.
Damn, I'm failing.
From our text line, and I agree with this, majority of employers, Jay, this is from Jay, don't care. You're just a body or a number to them. I worked for a lot of corporations where you were just a number.
Absolutely.
And you always felt defeated. You always felt like I'm coming in here for a paycheck. I don't really want to be here. But there's always, they were always talked about companies like yours where it's personal with everybody. That brings the morale up. It brings the productivity up. I mean,
it makes it a reality, right? So you spend more time at work than you do at home. Just bottom line. Doesn't matter what you do in life. You're going to be at work half your life, if not more. So why not enjoy it? But be respected. I mean, everybody demands respect. I want respect. You want respect. But if we go home and we're disrespected, we don't want to go home.
No, it makes
So why
total
do it at
sense.
work?
Well, you're not the only success in the family. You've got a wife that's pretty darn successful as well. And when I met you and your wife, I was like, figure out it's because of the mass mailings. Talk about your wife, her business with State Farm. And then we thought it was very interesting because of what we do as a show.
Sure.
She has been successful. Now she wants to get into politics.
Yeah, she's not only gorgeous in every way, inside and out. I mean, her talent is amazing, but her beauty's, you see a picture, it's awestruck.
Yeah, we're showing her.
It's amazing. Yeah, make sure you show a picture of her, not me. Yeah, there you
Aw.
go. Yeah, she's absolutely the most beautiful woman inside and out.
And we can leave that up while you talk about her.
Absolutely.
she's
I
running
would
for
love
something.
that.
There you go.
So yeah, she's running for alderman, but she's had her own State Farm agency. She's been in it for 22 years. I may get a few of the numbers off when I compliment her, but she is one of the largest State Farm agents in the entire St. Louis area. She's always ran, well, put it this way, the two folks that she's trained and put in business are ahead of her a little.
Okay.
Because she trained them very well.
Now we see a picture of your family.
A beautiful family.
And it's important to know that she cares, though. And that's what's so cool. You look at today's world, everybody judges, and you get social media, and all you see are clips and pictures and stuff. But if people got a chance to get to know her, they wouldn't judge her the way that you should. You'd be like, oh, she's too beautiful to talk to. She's too, she's stuck up. She says, none of that's true.
Yeah.
Like if you get to know her, all you have to do is have a 2-minute conversation with my wife. And she'll own you.
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
So what's she
win you
running
over.
for now? What made her want to run?
She's running for alderman in Weldon Springs. So we live there with our 3 kids, 9, 10, 11. We have an awesome blended family. And my babies are incredible. They go to a great Lutheran school. We love that.
Oh, here we go.
So we're good with that stuff. But biggest thing for her is she wants to make a difference. And being established as she is now in St. Charles City, she's over in the Newtown area. She wants to do more.
Yeah.
And you can't do a whole lot in the insurance world because you're pretty constricted. She's got to be very ethical, high morals, high values. And this is something that fit right up her alley. Is she can make a difference ethically and morally to do things right.
So when is the election again? April 4th. April 4th is the election. She's running for alderman or alderwomen, as we just saw there.
Right.
And what made her want to get into politics? I look forward to talking to her at some point too, hopefully.
Yes.
But
yeah, she had some stuff this morning and with the kids and different things going on.
But you're a mom. You're busy being a mom. You're
Right.
running a super successful business. You guys are part of Backstoppers. You're all over the place.
Right.
Why did she want to get in? What does she want to do? How does she?
What
feel
does she
like
want to fix?
How does she feel like she can
wants
make a
economic
difference?
development. She believes
Okay,
that
I'm with you.
business is stagnant. She wants it to grow. When you have a community that a McDonald's closes, something's wrong.
That's right. I
That
know
should
exactly
not
what you're
happen.
talking about. Yeah.
You shouldn't have vacant stores in a booming area.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Weldon
exactly
Spring
what you're
got
talking
stepped over a little bit with the economic side, which is good for the residential side, which we love. But we need places to go eat. We need places to go out.
What can
take
you
our
do
kids.
over in Weldon Springs? That's a sincere question because I've always wondered that.
Oh, there's a lot.
Weldon
But there needs to be
Springs.
more.
I mean, you got Whitmore right there. It's
Whitmore's right
beautiful.
there.
Whitmore finally just got new ownership, which is great. So they're going to start remodeling that place and doing some cool things. But they had some things to struggle with. Their food wasn't the quality. Their staff was amazing, and fortunately, the new owners have decided to keep the staff. Thank goodness.
Yeah,
because they're the key.
Yep.
But there's really not a whole lot of other choices. Old Hickory's there. You got some nice places like one of your best restaurants is Applebee's. That's your choices. You can go to Streets of St. Charles, but it's 20 minutes across town. And there's nothing in Weldon Springs.
It is a diamond in the rough, Weldon Springs.
Absolutely.
They need people that understand economic development. There,
Vic and
for
I
real.
lived there.
I
I lived there for 2 years.
I lived there for 6.5 years up until July. So I was a Weldon Springs resident as well.
And it is nice, when you live in Weldon Spring, to be able to go out and enjoy your own community. And not only that, but spend local and keep that money in your community. But when you're limited by options, how can you do that?
Well,
they're missing out on some good opportunity.
They are. And if you're at a 40 and 94 corridor, there's a lot of folks traveling through that area that would stop and spend money.
That's right.
So you could take the benefits of having tourists in a sense
in
a non-tourist city by just having good food and good businesses there. And those businesses there seem to cycle in and out and they don't last. Why is that?
You could tour the old uranium dump down there in Weldon Springs.
Yeah, you could always go down to Prince
tourist
Solly
trap.
and
We got a
enjoy
tourist
that.
trap.
What is that called? The Aquadome or something like
The
that.
Aquadome.
We used to go in there when we were kids. We're not supposed to go there. But
So,
it was a
oh
lot
my
of-
God.
a
So
lot of
is
fun.
she
It
at-
probably explains the craziness I have in my
So
head.
is Emily out? Is she out campaigning, knocking on doors, and so
We've
forth?
collectively hit about 540 doors that she's gone face to face. We've even her opponent, which I don't remember his name for a reason, but he's a nice guy, great guy. Nothing wrong with him, but he just needs change.
Yeah.
And there's no women on the board. And I'm sorry, women are more detailed than guys.
That's right.
They can be.
Most of my successful
Don't I
managers-
know that?
I promote my ladies in my company very well. They move right up the ladder. One of my head of acquisitions, Laura, she goes in when we buy new companies and she goes in and corrects everything. I mean, she blows it away, sends me reports and blows my mind how great she is. And she was a lady nobody ever gave a chance to. And we talked about her one day. She's an amazing woman. Well, it's a cool story. Her background. It's kind of a sad history with her. She lost her son to cancer, but she's just a little black lady nobody ever trusted. And I'll tell you one thing, she's one of my key managers now. And she crushes it.
What a great story
freaking love
too.
it.
I guess you
love
get frustrated when you see what's happening across the country
Oh,
when
I
it comes to
can't stand it.
business standpoint.
It's gross. The way the world is now with the ultra sensitive and this whatever they want to bring up, this is not allowed or even the BS racism stuff. I'm so tired of it all.
That's
So,
the word of the day.
Done.
I felt it when he
What,
said
tired?
that. No, gross. Gross.
BS?
You're living in
It is gross.
you're living in an era that's a little deceptive because your business is growing, but the economy sucks. It's a bizarre, gross time to be an American citizen. That is exactly the
And
word.
it's a great time to be in his business because you're so right, Eric.
Yeah.
If you could just go out and do something, just start something. No one will compete with you. So just do the right thing.
But not even as a business owner, as a kid
as a
that's
kid.
looking at the landscape, I can do anything. There's
Right.
no one there.
And these kids coming out of trade school are going to start at $85,000 a year.
That's right.
my
With
God.
little to no debt.
With little to no debt.
That's
yes.
right.
Yeah,
What
that's
causes that?
incredible. And by the age of 30, they'll be managers
They'll be millionaires.
and they'll be millionaires.
I tell my son that all the
100%.
time. The only way these days to become a millionaire is to either own your own business
Right.
or get involved in the trades.
Trades are the win. There's nobody to paint cars. There's nobody to paint houses.
Wow.
There's nobody to build houses. All that stuff is a huge problem because we have a 10-year gap. The population decline is happening, right?
Yes.
We know about that. It was predicted in 2017, 18. They said the third of the population wasn't born between 23 and 28.
Okay.
Over the next 5 years, 1/3 of the population worldwide was born 18 years ago.
Okay.
So that's 1/3 of the people.
Yeah.
And then 1/3 of those people are lazy.
Yeah.
And then COVID ruined the rest.
Yeah.
So take your 5% and move forward and go run the world.
No,
But-
oh my God, this is
I
why
couldn't
he's
have said it any
successful.
better
This
than
is
that.
why he's getting it done. Hey, Curtis, we appreciate you jumping in
thank you so
today. We
much.
can't wait to have you back in.
Sure.
We'll be talking with you. We'll be talking with people from your companies. We'll be getting an idea of what's happening. Complete auto body and repair. It's one of the best places you're going to find, bar none. Of course, we look forward to catching up with your wife as well and her successful business in regards to her running for alderwoman as well.
Yeah, and please, if you live in Weldon Spring and you live in the Highlands or you live in Whitmore, please vote for her. You won't regret it. And if you meet her, we're doing an event next Thursday.
What will her name be on the ballot?
Emily Swift-Wise.
Okay.
So,
And you know what? She needs a bumper sticker right now that says, "Make McDonald's great again."
Well, I do that, but I'd be afraid to put her picture on her. People keep running into the damn thing.
Yeah.
But she has an event next Thursday, March 16th at the clubhouse from 5 to 8. So we're going to do a wine tasting and meet and greet. So if anybody in those areas want to come out and meet her, have some free drinks and compliments of us, it'll be next Thursday. So
she'll be over the bait shop too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Curtis Sparks, we appreciate it. Owner of Complete Auto Body and Repair. Of course, we'll be catching up with you as well. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, guys.
We appreciate it.
There's already people looking for a job on the text line. So Tavis is going.
Well, that's the idea.
I'm sending my son in.
That's the win.
He needs a job.
You seriously going to send him in?
Maybe.
Hey, we
You should
hired
send him
14 with permits. So
holy crap!
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Eric's
he's talking
coming
my
in.
language.
Do you have a space for Eric and his band to practice in your garage?
No.
with the
I want
AC?
a space to work. Give me a damn wrench.
Yeah,
I'll figure it
make
out.
some money. Fun.
And we appreciate everybody joining us. You guys, thank you again for watching, listening, being a part of cancelthisshow.com. We continue to grow on a daily basis. You guys make it all happen. We are grateful for that. And don't miss tomorrow. It is your free-for-all paranormal conspiracy theory Friday. Troy Taylor joining us to start the show off tomorrow. American Ghost Stories, very accomplished author. He knows where all the tours are.
He knows where all the bodies are buried.
We'll be talking with him tomorrow and everything else. And of course, you can always go to cancelthisshow.com. Share the show, subscribe, like, send us the stars. And if you have ideas for political interviews of any kind, and of course, cancel culture education, just let us know. You guys, anything else? We good? We got to get out of here?
No, I want to go see this garage.
You got to go check it out.
I do. I feel like it's like
we're going to have cameras inside of his garage. We're going to be showing it. Hey, for Scotty Gherkin on the boards, thanks, Scotty. You doing all right? You were rocking and rolling today, as always. Leslie Sparks on the chat line. Eric Johnson, Tabitha Hassel. I'm Vic Faust. Thanks for watching Cancel This. We'll see you next time.